And pull up a chair, episode 40.
Ooh,
40 ounce. Pull up a chair, 40 ounce.
Oh,
we are live.
I wish we, dang. I wish we could.
We're going to get right into it on this Memorial Day weekend.
I wish YouTube didn't hate music infringement and copyright issues.
Yeah, that is a bitch.
D12, 40 ounce right now.
We're the 40 ounce. We're the 40 ounce. We're the 40 ounce.
Like, that would be a dope-ass intro song for episode 40.
Yeah, that would be. See, that's something to look forward to when we finally are on Apple Music and Spotify. Or Apple, I should say Apple Podcasts.
Or even, like, we could be on YouTube independently still, but we're that big to where we have sponsors and deals and partnerships with shit, so we could do it.
Well, I mean, like, even like Rory and Maul, they can't do that for the YouTube, but like on Apple, you'll hear it when it starts the pod. Which, by the way, welcome to Pull Up a Chair, episode 40. Before I get this lit and going, off and running, before we get to talking about all the bullshit that unfolds during the week and all the good stuff that we look forward to talking about.
I'm just off screen torching some shit.
Yeah, he's just getting a little something fired up. We're all getting the energy going, getting it flowing.
I'm getting what's his name?
Pull Up a Chair, episode 40. For those that don't know, even though you have not seen his face yet, you do know it if you're a friend of the show and fan with the Sleepless Gang. Pull Up a Chair squad. To my left is Super Fried Snooker.
Just doing
getting fried as we speak, doing what he do. Living up to the name, living the image. Real name, no gimmicks. Since you said the D12 shit. Super Fried Snook off the top rope. Then it is me, your host, El Tucker Tente, the ultimate motherfucking sensei. The one who, of course, taught Bruce Lee everything he motherfucking knows. A.K.A. Space Mountain Stoney. A.K.A. Stoney Montana. A.K.A. Young Dumbledore, the lyrical wizard. A.K.A. Ben Burgundy. Why? Because they sleep on your boy, a.k.a. Edward. Swish your hands, call me what you will. There's never come a broker sad. It's Mr. Keep the Love High and the Hate Low, baby. Thank you for spending your sleepless Saturday on, this is just a first edition of the weekend. The first, I should say, main event is Pull Up a Chair today. Then we got the battle tomorrow where we'll be going full yeehaw versus Chris Stapleton and Luke Bryan, me versus wifey. Spouse versus spouse. So that's going to be a showdown. But let's just dive right into it. How's everybody doing on this Memorial Day weekend? Hope you're feeling good. How are you feeling, Snugga?
Good. Coming back to life. Had to hit that Fred.
Tobacco, YouTube.
Had to hit the Fred Flintstone. Yabba dabba doo.
Nice. So you got your Venom going right there. Was that black cherry kiwi?
Oh yeah! Shout out to Old Energy Drink. Throwback. Dollar Tree. Shout out Dollar Tree. That's now $1.25 tree. But neither here nor there. You know, still whatever. Just whatever. But yeah, we're good. Got my lungs again. Can breathe. Can function.
That's good.
Super fried always. Shout out Little Dicky on the hat. Power hat.
Wait, whose hat?
Little Dicky.
Oh, really?
Little Dicky.
Oh, that's dope. I fuck with that. I didn't know that was a Little Dicky hat. What's the design again?
Weed leaf.
Oh shit, that's dope. When did you get that?
I've had this. Honestly,
had that for a minute?
Like, I lived in Willoughby with my parents still.
Oh, when you got that?
So
I knew you fucked with Dicky early. That's cool though.
It was like as he
That's
dropped,
dope.
Like
the SoundCloud stuff.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Underground.
Well, since we do have both of our hats to the back.
Well, you're. So
they would have been like 2017. No, a little earlier. I think a little earlier.
But I think I was listening to him then, but when I got the hat.
When you got the hat, gotcha.
Because technically, shout out James, he got it for me because I was such a big dickhead.
Pause. No, that's not a pause. That's a fan base thing. I forgot.
That's actually what.
Yeah, I forgot. That's a fan base thing.
So it was like 2 years after I found out about Lil Dicky, James surprised me with this hat one day. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like,
"That's dope."
I was like, "That's for real." It's major clutch.
I don't usually rock this hat. It's usually actually one of my work hats, but I do have on the World Series Marlins
Everyone
today.
go on DraftKings or any sports betting and bet against
the Marlins.
Yeah, whenever he wears a hat like this, I tried to get it for the playoffs. He put on my son's hat. I was very upset, and look what happened to the son.
I think, though, I don't even know how the Marlins are doing.
Fuck the Drake curse. There's a Toot curse. And it's
I'm starting the Toot curse.
Like
the Tooker curse.
How the Book of Snuka is a prophecy of
good things to come.
Of just future events that typically come out true.
I like that. The Drake curse, but mine's with the hat. He does the jerseys and pulls up to the game. With me, it's the hat. The pot and the hat.
Whatever hat he's on, whatever team he's on is just
That's funny as shit.
And I feel like it's because it's an own slight to you for not sticking with your own main core teams.
Oh no, I like
No, you
at this
support
point. I
them.
just like getting.
But now you're sporting
Fits
30 out of the 32 NBA teams. It's
Yeah,
like, hey,
I got a
dog,
collection going. I got to add to the.
That's
Can't
a
get
bandwagon.
one of the same team. You know.
I'm not saying you can't rep them.
I just think the hats do.
Yeah,
and I fuck with the team.
Oh, okay. That's the part you can't say. Hat's dope. Jersey's cool.
Oh, I'm not mad if the team wins.
I'm showing love to the team, but I don't fuck with them.
But
name 4 people on the Marlins.
But see, that's the thing. I thought the hat was cool. I was
and
plus, I do have the vintage Marlins logo. Which actually sold it for me because that brought me back to my MVP baseball days, and I was like, I remember seeing it.
It's one of the vintage logos.
But no, I just plus I had the World Series thing on the side, so I wanted to cop that.
No shade at
because that was actually a special collection.
No shade at just repping a team's team's logo or colors because it's dope. I fuck with that. But there's also certain times where.
Plus, I'm actually not the only one who does that. There's plenty of people that do.
I rock certain shit because I fuck with the colors, but I'm not saying, hey, I'm with this team, like some of us may or may not do in some situations, or start pulling for that team without knowing their players, because then the basketball or sports guys are like, that's a bandwagoner.
Well, did just want to say,
but the hat is raw.
Appreciate it.
Like I do, like.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't want to start hat controversy before we get into the other controversy.
No, it's not controversy. I'm just saying your main team in MLB is Yankees, correct?
Yeah,
that's all.
Fun fact: I almost wore the Yankees because I'm rocking the Rocky.
That would have been hilarious if you wore Marlins with a Yankee shirt. That would have been just.
I almost went. With
and we still, but like. In a random occurrence, like we still had the same intro and topics talk, and then I'm like, bro, you're wearing 2 different teams right now.
Which I think
like aren't they? I don't know if they're rivals. Don't quote me on that, but like,
oh, I don't think so. To be honest,
not like rivals like Indians and Yankees or like Detroit and Cleveland, but like I think they met in postseason.
Let's dive right into it. So. Something I wanted to do a little different this week, mix it up, and I thought it would, if we get a little
change the beat,
and you know what, if we draw in some people that get a little bit aggravated with us, well then so fucking be it. Let's do it. Let's shoot right from the hip. So I asked on Reddit, I was like, do you guys think? Which I asked this yesterday morning. I was like, I know we usually been going over the usual topics. Then we also give a little bit of our personal lives too.
Daily events.
But we usually have strayed away in the 40 episodes from. Diving into stuff that gets a little bit into the political controversial.
Before we give the topic away, I'm going to lead with, for the record, I'm speaking my opinion and how I feel on things.
That's a good point.
So,
that's a good point.
I'm not a
look, but
I ain't no lawyer.
In better ways, what you're about to say is, look, at the end of the day. This is a podcast. This is 2 people that are going to shoot from the hip on, a current event that's going on.
These aren't actual
giving you our opinions just based on the information that we got and
how we received the information.
Yeah, and how we received it. So about a month ago, roughly about a month and a half ago, there was this Bud Light thing that came out. I noticed there was this whole Bud Light situation where, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, comments, anybody. I believe they put a transgender, some sort of icon. Or
Bud Light sponsored a transgender
athlete.
They sponsored a transgender human.
Transgender human.
So that's all it was. It's
gotcha.
Like it would be
So like before I go into it, I don't know what he or she may or may not identify as. So I'm making sure that we dance the cancel culture line as best as we can. But actually, I've noticed that I think cancel culture is kind of working a little bit backwards on this one. So, about a month and a half ago, Bud Light comes out. It's this whole fucking thing where they put that on the can, and then all of a sudden, people who drink Bud Light are like, nah. Fuck this. Kid Rock's fucking over here shooting 24 packs with ARs. People are taking Bud Light cans and smashing them on the fucking ground in the middle of the beer aisles.
So I don't even know if it was like they put him on the. I don't even know if they put an image on the can.
It was on the can.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was on the can. It was like on the can, and it was some rainbow design on the can.
Okay.
Now, my thing with that is I don't drink Bud Light anymore. I had a big phase with Bud Light where I drank a lot Bud Light. If somebody handed me, I say, hey, you got a beer? Yeah, I got a Bud Light. All right. If I want a beer, I want a beer. I don't give a fuck. And I'll pause before I say it. You can put a fucking big veiny cock on the fucking can. If I want to drink a fucking beer, I'm going to drink the fucking beer. Like, I just think it's fucking stupid.
At the end of the day, like, how I felt, like, okay, sure, some people didn't like the decision of them doing that. Okay, cool. Some people did. Okay, cool. Did any of y'all make money on it as an average person or lose money on it? Okay, it hurt your feelings, and okay, you didn't like their decision. Oh, okay, fine. And but it's also it's their right to express how they feel about that decision. Cool, awesome. So, and
my thing is, what does that say about the person that buys Bud Light? Let's humor it. You're the guy who Bud Light's your beer, right? When you get ready to go for the weekend, whatever you do, that's your beer. It's always been your beer. You've been drinking that beer for 10 years. That's never going to change. But you walk into, let's say Target, fuck it, we'll get there. But one at a time. You walk in there, you walk to your beer aisle, you go to pick up your 24-pack. Do you go, oh, God damn it, there's a rainbow on it?
Or not even, what if
fuck!
Say, like, in an alternate universe real quick, Bud Light had been sponsoring this person already for like 3-4 years.
Nobody batted an eye.
But they didn't make it a can or anything. But like this person is being sponsored to go do events to raise awareness. So they're technically sponsored, and Bud Light's doing this for them with their help. But they didn't make it public.
Now you want to know a funny one?
So it's like for 4 years they've been spending these millions already, or sponsoring them, and now y'all still bought it for these 4 years without even knowing. And
they're idiots. They're idiots. Sorry, if you guys are somebody that does not buy Bud Light now strictly because that there is a rainbow on that can, I mean this with love, you are an idiot. Like, I can't say that any better.
Or ignorant.
Like, yeah, because here's another one that I noticed that makes it even more funny. Some of the people that were posting these TikTok videos that Brittany showed me, wifey,
because I'm I'm sure the same people that were like, "Oh, I ain't buying that shit," blah blah. As soon as they pulled the cans with the rainbow, they went and bought the Bud Light again. To be like, "Oh yeah, we showed them.
We showed them. All right,
they made us give us our blue cans back."
But now here's what was funnier: as they waited for them to bring back the blue can, I saw people on TikTok with a big pack of Budweiser. See where I'm going with this? Is over here going, oh, Bud Light, I'm not going to give money to that. You just bought their fucking brother. You just bought the heavy beer.
Go look
who owns both. You just bought the heavier version of the Bud Light. So now where you usually used to be able to drink 12, now you're falling asleep with your dick in your hand on 7 because you're an idiot. And like, you're a fucking idiot.
That's why I said ignorant. Because like no one, like there's like 7 in the world, like 7 at the end of the trail, like 7.
Yeah, because then there'd be like 7 people be like, oh no, I'm gonna buy Busch Light.
7.
Guess what?
7 main corporations or companies own like everything.
You're just buying another part of the brewery, bud. Like
people are like, oh,
the same company is getting that same amount of money.
Like when people are like,
in fact, you just paid more for the Budweiser. So now who's the real dumbass?
I don't drink Hershey's chocolate syrup. I drink Nesquik mix. Like, okay, it's owned by the same fuckers.
Yeah.
No, fuck them. It's like, okay, cool. Like, they're still making money off you. That's what we're getting at. Is like,
okay, cool. Don't buy Bud Light. Oh, they're all buying Budweiser now. Okay, money's still coming in, just at the same level, just not from Bud Light.
And then people are like, oh, they did the boycott. There was a huge uproar.
The one that I found the funniest when people are like, we're gonna stick it to them. We're gonna give them a Coors. We're going to go with Coors. I was like, actually, I think that's them sticking it to you because as a beer drinker, that does not taste good.
That's what I was about to say.
Like, all you're doing right now is just fucking yourself over.
So like, and like, it shows like, not all of them, but like, sheeps. There's a lot of sheeps in the world. Like, I don't like beer.
I see where you're going.
I don't give a fuck if you think less of me or how you think about me, because I like some good ass margarita or some Hennessy or some Jack rather than a stupid ass fucking Bud Light or men drink. I don't give a fuck, bruh.
I don't think
But-
people still say that.
But like that's like, the ignorance behind it. Like, oh, that's a girl drink. Okay, it's also getting me fucked up a lot quicker, and it tastes delicious.
I'm always.
So like,
What do you say? Isn't Coors owned by the same company?
Yeah, all are.
See,
That's what we're
right
getting at,
again.
is
Yeah,
like the family company.
that's true. Like,
The parent company. Like,
good point, dude.
oh yeah, we showed them they lost out on like 9 million in sales or whatever, 9 billion, but those billions or millions went to their parent or brother company. So like at the end of the day, the parent company still made all that money.
Well, like I saw
but
this
the parent
one,
company didn't lose money. You just gave it to a different sector.
and like here's
like-
another one. I saw like at a couple different bars, there was like bar owners that were like ripping the tap out as like a sign to like stick it to
Oh,
it.
you hurting your own company? That's equipment. That's
You know what was funny? In the
Ugh.
one video, he talked that somebody was like
That's
watch it
like
backfire.
that's $150,000.
They showed their
repair.
boss come out and rip the draft thing out, but the way he ripped it, he yanked,
He
and it
fucked up
literally
all the
fucked up
kegs.
the whole entire draft. So now he couldn't do draft beers the rest of the night.
He-
And it's like,
so-
see, that's what you get because you're a dumbass and you're an idiot.
You're doing this. But
That's why
they're
your
all-
tooth's loose and your hair doesn't
they
look
all
like it's
have-
been washed in a week.
Yeah, they all have their separate hose, but they all go to the same air hose. So you pull one and you fuck up that.
And he's over here fucking yanking the bitch. So it's
So
like,
now none of these have the correct pressure.
yeah. And now it's like, now all your customers are going to come in and be like, hey, can I get a draft Sam Adams?
Oh, we got glass.
No, sir. I'm a
Oh,
raging homophobe, so I had to rip the tap out of the fucking thing.
I'm
Like,
an ignorant human.
which, if you look at
I
it
just
too,
cost my own business probably $400,000.
and what about the guy that don't give a fuck about any of this that just wants to sit at the corner of the bar and get 20 draft Bud Lights? He's gonna walk
I
in
was
the
just
bar and
trying
be
to have
like,
8 beers and 4 pretzels.
yeah, like it's not that
I
serious,
didn't even
dog.
know
Like,
there was a. Didn't even know.
you handing me a draft Bud Light is that you handing me a stiff dildo? Like,
I'm not even
my
on
beer.
social media. There's a
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, what about the guy that
Like,
came in? Like, I didn't even know what you were
got
even
back from
talking
hunting
about.
for a month.
Like,
What are y'all talking about?
yeah, like the guy that, like you
Wait, so
said, just
y'all-
in there to
wait,
be
you're-
like, I just wanted a fucking beer.
You're mad because they changed the design on the can? It's the same beer in it, right? Fuck it, give me the rainbow one. Huh? It's the same beer, right? All right, cool.
Like,
Like I'll just pour it into a glass.
Yeah,
It's that
again,
big of a
too,
deal.
I saw another bar. We're
that
selling
big
them.
of a deal. Just pour it into a glass.
I saw another bar where they were like, "Oh, we're trying to get rid of our stock. We'll sell them $1 a piece." I'm over here like, no wonder your bar's packed.
I'm not a beer guy. If I would have known that, I would have went and bought like 50 of them and been outside. Like
I stand
When-
outside like a
a
festival
different
or
bar
something.
though. Like been down the street, been like, hey, $2.50 for this beer instead of $5. Like $1 a beer because you don't.
Yeah, because they were
'Cause
like,
the
"Oh,
color
we're
of
trying
the
to get rid of
can.
our inventory,"
The
but then it's
color-
funny
Because the color of a can, bro.
because the
beer didn't
the design
change.
on the
The
can,
beer didn't change.
taste didn't change.
But
Which then leads us right to our next one.
that's just.
Then it gets even stupider, if you ask me. More
It's
dumb.
like, I don't eat oranges because they're orange, bro. Fuck orange.
Yeah.
But,
Fuck
but
blueberries,
dye that
I'm a
shit
crit-
red
I'm a-
for me.
I'm a blood.
If you dye it red, I'll eat the shit out of an orange and be like, oh no, this is a red.
It's like how Bloods
bro,
only can
you're-
eat cherries and Crips can only eat blueberries. I get you. I'm following you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. But now let's dive into the
fruit.
which
That's how it
transitions
grows.
right into the next one though. So couldn't resist this one. I saw it a couple days on Facebook and got me going. So Target is in the midst of, I believe I saw the number, they lost somewhere in the range of $9 billion over this, which means they folded. They did exactly what Bud Light did, which, man, I actually kind of hate to see it fold because it's just so stupid. But that they even had to do this. But Target folded. They're getting they're making it like a smaller section in like the back corner or whatever of the store.
So
But-
real quick, Target
Fill 'em in.
released a line and clothing line design of Pride design and different artwork.
Yeah,
And-
sayings, phrases.
But what the main uproar and cause for backlash was because not all of it, but it was also a lot of children's sections closed.
Which
designed.
that's where
That's the
we'll
way-
talk about that too. I don't want to just waver
that's where
on one
my
side.
like
That
bigger concern would it.
that's where I said we're gonna dance on the line today, but we're gonna have fun doing
if
it.
you're upset because I get why that's like more frowned upon because like I don't
Then the Bud Light thing, yes, I do.
Yes.
I do see the
And-
difference there. I'll give you
yeah,
that.
and
There's a
I
difference
also
there.
would say myself I agree with the children's clothing, being borderline crossing lines with which designs. I don't know all the designs, so I can't speak fully. But I would have to look at literally each design and be like, are they trying to push something first? Or is it just like, is it a rainbow flag that, okay, cool, that's fine for a kid to wear. But is it saying like,
I'm always careful with the word push, but
that's in my mind how I read it. Like, it's my opinion, my perspective from it. So if I feel that shirt, a child is reading it and it's pushing a certain thing that I don't agree with, I could see why more people would be upset with that, because you're influencing a child that can't fully develop their own decisions or know exactly what they want for themselves yet. Rather than where grown-ass men or grown-ass adults buying a beer can got upset because the color of a beer can changed. But then
now
I'll go farther with Target, is if I'm okay with I can see why people are upset with children's clothing. If you're upset because they made the adult clothing and like, oh, they shouldn't make any clothing for Pride or this, like, all right.
Then that's okay. Yeah, that goes right into, okay, now you're just hating to hate.
Because I can see, like, people, like, there's a certain elementary school or middle school that had, like, a drag shows.
Okay.
So it's like that. I can see why
people
got upset.
I think I got a situation.
I can see why people got upset.
Let me hit you with a situation. Is this where maybe an uproar is coming from? Let's go white mother's perspective. Let's try to do it.
I'll go parents' perspective.
So you're trying to, so go
I'm
white.
Yeah, you're trying to raise my child in a different manner that I might see fit.
Well, okay, so humor me. This is where I'm thinking that this might come from. This is the only instant to where I'll humor it, and I'll come from the, okay, I might be a little upset as a parent. Here we go. So I got a 6-year-old. I got a 6-year-old.
That would be like first, second grader.
Yes. Okay. I got a 6-year-old. In first grade, we're going school shopping. It's summer. Yeah. So kindergarten into first grade. Getting first grade schools. We're going school shopping. We walk into Target. We walk past that section. So big section. We walk past. It's right out front. Can't miss it. Right. All these clothes out front. And son goes, I want that shirt that says, let's humor it, happy to be queer. Let's just play it light, polite, something like that. Oh, hey, I want that. Do I talk him out of it, or do I just get it for him?
So as a parent,
that's right. I went there,
but it's how. So this is why I feel like parent. It's how you perceive. Okay, I ask, do you know what that means? Like, are you aware of what this means, what they're saying with the shirt? Because if my child understands what queer is, and I'm just not,
would a polite answer be like, how, humor me?
But that's how I would handle it.
When me and Padrino used to go to like the wrestling shows, and I'll use this one this was a legitimate example.
But does that make sense though?
Yeah.
If my kid doesn't know what queer is, no, because now you're being ignorant because you don't know what that means and you're wearing it, and you might display it or say something wrong about it, and someone might think you're trying to make fun of it.
And now an example, which is kind of weird that I'm comparing it to it, was like, I remember being in like second, third grade, and Evolution, WWE faction. Yep. Very memorable.
A group of
men. They had a shirt. They had the gold logo on the front, but then on the back it said paid, laid, and made. And I remember it was one of the couple times where I really wanted that shirt, but my dad at the time, El Padrino, was like, you don't know what that means. Not yet.
There's hidden agendas in those words. Hey,
like, because maybe the parents coming at it from this angle too. Like, I would be maybe like, not gonna get it for you right now, but if around 13, 14 that time's come, I'll go shopping. I'll get you all that anything that makes you feel comfortable. We'll get those clothes.
It doesn't say get money, fuck bitches, do drugs. It says paid, laid.
And made. And at the time, I didn't know what the fuck laid. Like, I had no idea. I thought, Evolution's laying down. They get good rest.
Right. Like,
they get good sleep.
But as a
they're paid, they get good rest, and they're made.
Your dad knew the innuendo there was.
Yeah, and to me, I'm just like, oh, that's a really cool shirt.
So he had to take it as like, it was like me saying, son, do you know what this actually is saying?
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I was saying it's like the same situation.
Like, I get some money and I go
to
sleep.
But now my thing with it, though, is like, when I'm seeing like, okay, maybe the mother of like the toddler growing up, like I can kind of maybe see where they're a little upset. But even then, though, here's the way I look at it. Then just don't get those fucking clothes. Take them to the normal section that you've always taken them to. Like, I feel like there's people getting outraged that don't even shop at Target. It's like, you're never going to see the display.
And
you never even see it.
And it's like, I'll go, like, how I said, like, with the beer thing, like, these civilians seeing money from this or losing money? No. Okay, so. Are you aware?
Actually, there is some people losing on this, but here's how they're losing on this. So they're going into Target and they're smashing the fuck out of this shit, and then they're getting vandalism charges because they're fucking vandalizing the shit.
Only reason,
and it's like, once again, if you're catching a vandalism charge for smashing a fucking rainbow cardboard cutout, you're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Like, I think it, like, for me, it falls back to, like, parents not wanting.
Look, like, it's not like when you walk past that section, there's just a guy with a bin of dicks just fucking whipping them at you one by one like hot dogs. Okay, like, but he's not fucking with a bin of dildos just whipping them like a fucking Randy Johnson fastball.
Okay, so my son doesn't understand that shirt. So I say, you can't get this yet. Okay. He's like, all right, that's fine. We get him the other one. Different shirt, not even of the Pride selection or whatever. Cool. He goes to school next week. Most of the kids have a new Pride shirt. I'm not saying that this is hypothetical. So now he feels a little left out, though. So in this, that's where parents, I feel like, why there's more outrage to get rid of it all. Because, okay, so this parent...
They think it's going to turn into a forest fire?
No, not.
There's just going to be rainbows everywhere. We're fucked.
No, there's real life rainbows. So if you're worried about that, y'all should just leave Earth. Like, there's actual rainbows.
That's funny. I never looked at it like that. Like, do you think they get mad when they see a rainbow in the sky? They're like, why did it have to rain?
But I'm saying, like, why they want the I'm saying they want the children's section mainly banned or like get rid of it because, like, at school you can't parent. You can only parent your children when you're with them. If that makes sense. Like, my dad did a great job, but teaching me.
You can drop them off at school, but you don't know what's in that book bag. You just know to watch the news in 2 hours.
Like, my dad taught me very well how to know what right and wrong. Like,
I'm shooting from the hips,
right? But like right from wrong in situations, like when to use shit. So, like, yeah, don't go up in class and just swing on somebody because you're mad. But if
take that anger out on the rainbow cardboard cutout.
No,
in the middle of Target.
No, but if a dude's making fun of you,
use that as a punching bag.
If a kid's making fun of you and trying to bully you, okay, yeah, defend yourself, but don't go out here just beating people up. Defend yourself. There's a difference. So, like,
beat a couple people up, let them know.
But you can only parent your kids when you're with them. So it's like, I was influenced by my friends too in school. So, like, I could see why parents don't want. They would rather have it completely gone until their children can know what it actually means, rather than there being.
My whole thing with it is, I think it's just classic people that just have nothing better to do than to be outraged about something that I don't even really truly feel like they're that outraged about. Well, they just worked themselves up into the point where they were like, you know what?
It's the involvement of children. Because that's why.
Hey, when I actually think I'm going to Target later on. I'll let you guys know if it's still up, and I go to walk by it. I'll let you know if anything happens to me.
I guarantee if this collection only came out in adult clothing, no kids selection at all, from the jump, people would be hating on it. Yeah, but there wouldn't be this huge.
If I get jumped by BTS, I'll let you know. I'll have wifey take a video.
I mean, good luck.
BTS did not need to catch that stray right there.
But, like, that's how I truly feel. It's like, it's because
I just think it's fucking stupid. I think that people just need to just remember, okay, guess what? You can walk right past those clothes.
If you don't like something, you don't have to buy it or look at it or
and like,
okay, someone else wears it. Okay, you don't.
People aren't be shopping at Target anymore.
What, you're just gonna go up and swing on someone on the sidewalk because they got the shirt that you didn't want to exist? Oh, I don't like that shirt. Oh, if I see someone with it,
like,
I don't care. I don't care. They shouldn't have bought it. It's on them now. Like, all right, there's an assault charge.
But no, I'll make sure to keep everybody updated on that when I go to Target later. Hey, if I walk in and I get hit in the face with a fucking 9-inch dildo, I'll let you guys all know. All right.
And then we got an issue.
Yeah, if that's what they're doing, then okay, maybe Target should lose $9 billion. But if they're just trying to sell clothes that people feel comfortable in,
or their security is lacking. If they've got random people swinging dildos around without their knowledge, Like they're not even employees.
What if that was like Target's way though, of like taking it up a notch? They're like, oh, you think the clothes are bad? Get out there, Jorge.
It's like
fucking,
what in Zombieland?
The fastest arm in San Jose. He's just
Zombieland?
fucking chucking that bitch one by one.
In Zombieland, when Woody they go into the gas station, he rings the bell. He's like, hold on. Dink.
Yeah.
Waiting for people to come in through Target. Just, not yet. Wait. Dildo.
Or what if it's like that scene in Fun with Dick and Jane where he's like hawking that customer down trying to say welcome to the store, but he's just got like the dildo and he's like swinging it like that. He's like, I got the bitch. Bah!
Imagine
hits her. Bah!
The scene
Right on the head.
What's the movie? I just forgot the name of it. Will Smith, older.
Will Smith, he's older.
No, he's young.
Help us out here.
Will Smith, his older movie. He's with Longoria, and a guy from Kings of Queens.
Oh, not Longoria, Mendez, but Hitch.
She was married to Longoria.
But that's Hitch.
Yes. So imagine a dildo connected to his foot on a jet ski. They smacking us like that.
Oh, the put where Eva gets knocked right off the bitch. I know.
When he brings over his leg, just
Hitch is a classic. Damn, I haven't seen that movie in a minute.
I was upset. I just do it.
Oddly enough, I don't know how this just clicked with me, but at the end of the movie, isn't the song the "Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with this?" And when I'm not mistaken, I believe that's the ending song. Because they're like doing this like dance thing down the middle, walking.
Yeah, they're walking down the aisle. I don't think it's that song though. I'd have to hear it.
I thought that was it. Oh yeah, I'm
not
sure
to be a hater.
No, I know my melody.
No,
it's like one of those things where if you can just catch it, maybe.
But it's also like I suck with. I could know a full song, but if you put me on the spot, be like, "Hey, give me these."
Me just doing it a cappella doesn't quite hit it.
I don't know if
but
that could be the exact words. But until I hear the intro for the song, it's like, oh yeah, now I know the words.
Did want to start off with the controversy and get that out of the way before we dove into the other topics. But let us know your comments. Let us know what you guys think on the whole Target Bud Light situation. Curious to see what there is no wrong answer, by the way. Like, I just want to make that clear. Like, unless your answer is to go smash a bunch of Bud Light cans and buy Budweiser, then you're a fucking
punch
idiot.
people because they just have a shirt on. Then
Yes.
You're wrong.
Yes.
Because
very true.
at that point, like I'm wearing a pink shirt and pineapples. Like, I'm not saying like
you're one rainbow away, buddy.
In Hawaii, I'm like, what do you like? Any island or?
But
that's
no.
what I mean. Is like America.
Glad we could get that out of the way. And hey, I'm still shopping at Target tonight, so it ain't stopping me.
Or it just shows like.
By the way, at the end of the day, I'm on the side of I really, truthfully, just don't give. I didn't bat an eye.
It doesn't affect you because it doesn't affect you.
Either way, either way, it's fine. I'll still drink a Bud Light if somebody offers me one and I need a beer.
Are they taking money from your bank account?
I'll still go to Target to go buy some records and get groceries at the same time. That's never going to change. So I'll walk right past that section and probably won't even look at it because I never look at any of the other sections that I don't shop in.
Wait, so you're telling me they don't force you to go there? And look
no, you don't actually have to walk through that section and look
at what they got. My normal life.
Yep, you can do everything that you normally do. It doesn't have like a magnet. You're not going to get pulled into a dick.
I thought it was like they handcuffed you to it for 10 minutes, so you had to stare at each design. Like that's like how it seemed like.
They're like just walking past it. You just have to watch gay porn for like 5 minutes. Then you can continue on with your shopping. Like it's how we pace out the shopping line. We're short staffed today, so we need to have you watch.
You gotta go left. There's a 48-inch up there. Once you get 5 minutes. Then you're going to have a little mini quiz about it.
Then you can go grab your card.
You actually watched it. Like,
who was the pitcher? Who was the catcher? A, B, C, or D?
Then I could see why you'd be...
D? How many people were involved?
Then I can understand why you guys are so upset. But you could just walk past it. I didn't know that. That makes a lot like... Huh.
Oh, God.
Wow. I could just let it be.
But,
that's crazy.
So that's us on our...
That's our opinions, our perspectives, our outlook for it.
And I do want to continue to do that moving forward. Like when I see something that's really
don't take
something that I think we can rib on.
Don't take our statements though to be.
So we'll pick our controversies wisely. It won't probably be a weekly thing. It'll be like when something's really going nuts, we'll talk about it. Or if you guys want to give us something during the week as well.
Yes, but don't take our words though and try to sue us though,
or cancel us.
I mean,
we're team love always.
If you feel we deserve to be canceled, feel how you feel. But like,
we're team love always.
If you try to
see, I wouldn't mind stirring a couple of them up.
But like,
come on over.
Get
us some views.
But don't be the person that's like, oh, look, they're saying this for fact. Like, first off, that's why I led with this. That's true. That's why I led this whole segment with.
Well,
so we can go back and be like, hold on, stop. You're lying. Stop.
And see, that's why it's good that it's recorded, because they can't ever pull a fast one on us.
It's okay to be upset, but it's not okay to try to defame somebody.
Oh, hit us with a couple dislikes. I'm all for it.
Try to hit us with the Amber Heards.
Don't take a shit on my bed. Fuck.
It was black. It was bear, bro.
No, I can tell the difference between Amber and bear shit. You can bet your bottom dollar on that one, Buster. But to pivot into some of our usual topics, we'll just dive straight into it. We'll get another thing I did want to get out of the way really quickly, but let me also do it with the utmost love and respect. This would be a raise your cup, take a hit, take a dab, raise your glass, no matter what is in it, for the great queen of rock that sadly
push-ups if that's what you do.
That sadly passed away. However, though, R.I.P. the great queen of rock, Tina Turner, who we just honored on Sleepless Radio. She got to go into the winner's bracket. She's up 2-0.
How old was she?
How old was she? I do believe Tina Turner was...
I'm not going to say she was...
77, 78.
I was going to guess 70.
But...
I wasn't...
Yeah,
I'm not a... historian.
Looking back, though, when I was... like I said, we just did that battle on Mother's Day weekend where my mom used her to beat Ray Charles. She's now up 2-0 in the winner's bracket.
Shout out, Ma.
Great music was celebrated. And when I heard the news of Tina, I was at work and I listened to her for about the next 2 hours. And man, you just go,
she is.
Damn, what a catalog. We could be here all day if I wanted to listen to all of it.
The vocals on her, though.
Some of my favorites, though, I will mention, obviously, What's Love Got to Do with It? Classic. My personal favorite, Proud Mary.
84.
83, 84. Oh, okay. Yeah, R.I.P. the great Tina Turner.
I just looked it up because I
one and only, absolute legend. Just got inducted into the Hall of Fame. I believe she was the class of 2020.
Shout out that she was alive to be able to see it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because, I mean...
And, like, granted, she had a lot of her family do most of the speaking, and she got a little bit of talking.
Fair, respect.
But it was, like...
But, like, a lot of, like, shout out...
Super awesome.
Shout out for the music world. I don't know.
She got the flowers before, she...
And they probably realized, like, not...
you
negative
tell her
way.
Health was deteriorating.
Average lifespan for humans is 75.
But for the most part, though, this is another case of, just like we were talking about on last week's episode, it feels good to know that she had a full life, full legacy.
Right. Didn't get killed.
I believe Tina went up, Ike went down, so she doesn't have to worry about Ike anymore. That was her
always got worried about that demon.
Yeah.
I don't even know the full story. If
that was who
I'm just saying, if you
she always did like the duets with.
If you go to hell, you're with the devil. Turner. You're with the devil, so you're a demon.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Chris Brown is Ike Turner's illegitimate child. No.
And on that note,
Chris Brown had to catch a stray in there somewhere.
Breezy, I want to hoop with you.
Chris Brown, I fuck with your music too, but
you
can punch like a motherfucker.
I didn't say that.
No matter if you're Usher, Rihanna, Chris Brown's the definition of.
I didn't say the music part.
Anybody can get it.
I didn't say the music part. I said I wanted to hoop with you. I liked your. Well, I do fuck with your early music.
I can transform ya.
Who was all on that song?
Like 9 guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the fucking Hateful Eight was on
that song he did with what's her Woods. What's her fuck.
Oh wait, who are you talking about, Tina?
No, Chris Brown did a song with she was on American Idol. Something Woods.
Oh no, Jordan Sparks.
How did I fuck that one up?
Jordan Woods. I figured that you thought you had the first name right, but the last name wrong.
But yeah, the Jordan Sparks that song was fire back in the day when they dropped that.
Chris Brown can make hits, literally. Oh yeah, he's a real hit maker.
Hey, practice makes perfect, baby.
Pretty soon that damn one that stick's gonna be so good everybody's folding to that.
That guy was mean.
Oh god.
R.I.P. Tina Turner.
Yeah, R.I.P. Tina Turner.
Bring that one back.
Yeah, Chris Brown. Yeah, bring that one back.
Yeah.
Damn you, Ike Turner. Chris Brown didn't need to catch all those strays. But R.I.P. the great. Make sure to pour one out for her this weekend.
No.
Put on a couple Tina records. Get them celebrated because she does own her master. Well, her family owns the Masters now.
Shout out.
So they'll get that money. So that's makes it even better. And if you're ever in Cleveland, pay a visit to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and check out her exhibit. Super dope.
Shout out to. You see the plans for them to expand it finally?
Yes.
They've been needing to, so they don't have to keep cycling.
Shit's getting crammed, and then you have to interchange shit
like,
out.
oh, this one's on exhibit for 2 months, and this one's 2 weeks, and it's like, bruh, finally.
The food court's been reduced down to where you got to keep an eye on it because when it finally clears out, you're like a table. You're like,
oh, but
I don't have to walk with the food, like because it's a catch. It's a catch with the food.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm starving. I need to get it, but I can't walk and leave.
It's like who wrote it? You can't wear shoes in my house. In the
on the box.
Fame, you can't eat anywhere besides cafeteria.
Yeah, like you,
They
they
are
literally
not
don't let you
risking-
walk into the. You can't even walk into the gift shop.
They're not less risking a dumbass with food or sauce near literal historical artifacts.
Like that's why
Like
I
one
kinda,
of ones.
The only thing that's confusing to me is they do let you walk with a beard.
Well, that you can't. It's America. Come on, you gotta give them something.
Like, come on, we got to keep them stopping it because I don't
If
know
they
about.
if they don't have beer.
I don't know
there's gonna
about
be
like y'all,
riots.
but like when I went to the Rock Hall the past 2 times, I like that second time I took a min. Like I would walk through that whole bitch top to bottom, took my time.
That's how. What first time I went, I was like 8, 9-ish. So like I was like, after
That's
I saw
about
some,
roughly the first time I went to. Maybe
when
a
I
little
first
after.
saw like some dope people, I was like, I'm ready to fucking leave.
Yeah, and like
But
that
the
was
next
like
time
when
I
they
was,
didn't
like,
even have like as many as
13,
the shit now.
14-ish, I definitely was like taking my time at certain ones more. I was like, damn, this shit. And I was like, oh shit, where's my family? Like, oh shit, hey, wait up. We're like, wait.
I gotta say, one of my favorite things, in fact, my favorite
I need to go
part
back.
of all the exhibits right now is
I need to go back.
for Biggie, they actually have the copy of the paper of the second verse of Who Shot You in that bitch.
That's wild.
And it's like only like the one side of the sheet. But just even like seeing his handwriting, like I don't know, something
Like,
about it
yeah.
being like literally right in front of my
if it's,
eyes.
like, even if it is the copy,
It
of
just
like,
hit me for a second, like, okay, he was literally writing that, and it is in front of my. I had a nerd moment, as you can tell.
yeah, like,
I was like, oh my god, I
yeah,
couldn't
I need to
believe
go
it.
back. It's been too long.
Oh, most definitely.
And like the sign.
I recommend anybody to go check that out. In fact, if you come to Cleveland, like I don't know if you're passing through for work, what the situation may be. If you just want to come check out the city for a day, I recommend that as being your one please stop there.
Definitely. We don't know prices. Definitely. You probably are more familiar with
Yeah, it's to like just walk right in and get a ticket. It's about $20, $25.
I was gonna say max 30, which and that's with post-COVID time. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. So prices, we don't know. Look that up before you come. If it's
yeah, well, you're gonna get clipped on the
But-
food because if you get the personal pizza, it's like $15.
and then all I'm gonna say is don't go for a friendly walking.
Another
stroll.
fun fact for whatever
Just
fucking
stick
reason.
to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and then don't walk for like 10 minutes in any direction.
And
just get
another crucial thing is they're card only. Don't even think about having
Really?
cash on you. They are strict on
Really?
that. Card only.
You got me.
Card only. Yep.
See, like, now I'm like.
No, that's why we ended up going twice because the first
No,
time we
like-
went, it was like we mostly only had cash on us. So
But
it was
like,
like
I'm gonna take my card, obviously,
Yeah.
but like, I'm gonna be that guy. Oh yeah, 25. All right, here's 30. We don't take it. What do you mean?
no cash at all. Like they literally don't
Like-
even have registers. It's
like-
literally like you know what it is? It's those little
It's-
pin pad things
oh.
to scan.
I bet it's.
And
And
then
then my
ticket when you
My-
get in, and then you go down the
my
stairs.
best guess-
No.
My best
You can
guess,
either get them online or you can get them when you go downstairs before you like enter into the exhibits, because there's a guy that has to scan it before you go.
My best guess as to why they went to card only is because it was too much of a safety risk to have that money on them, because they would have to keep it in a safe or something. How much money would they have on hand every day? And then like you only with armored trucks you usually have a routine. So
I see what you mean. Like the guy who probably used to be taking cash to let everybody in, I'm sure it had to cross somebody's mind of like, yo, he's got to have so much on him right now.
Or it's like after one day of business at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, all the money that went to their safe from that day,
which oddly enough,
$20K,
it's actually usually popping. Which I was.
That's what I mean. Like on a slow day, $20K. So if they have one pickup a week on Saturday for all the bread, you're getting at one point in time in the week, there could be 80, 90K in that safe. You're just trying to get asked to get robbed. So they were like, I
could see it from that angle.
Cut the safety risk, security hazard of people trying to attempt to break in here and take the money and also artifacts. So now we're just worried about artifacts. You don't have to put security on money detail.
Another actual quick thing I wanted to mention about the Rock Hall too, they do have food trucks outside as well.
And that's the better food than cafeteria.
No cap. Yeah, especially if you can't even.
Especially in Cleveland.
Because then you can eat out there anyways.
But in Cleveland, the food trucks slap.
Oh, and if you can catch a hot dog vendor, it's over. Call it a wrap.
This man is Glizzy's.
I'm the Glizzy Gladiator.
I pause. Hold on. Scooters, Doghouse,
Dynamite Dogs as well. Love Dynamite Dogs. They actually just got a food truck.
Only because
literally
Scooters.
Yesterday.
Only because Scooters don't not open year round. You have to find Dynamite Dogs, correct?
It is my
but I'm saying
Glizzy destination.
But I'm saying if both establishments are open, which one are you picking? 9 times out of 10.
Scooters.
And then maybe that 1 time out of 10 is because like Dynamite Dogs
has
I will say a certain
flavor
or something you like.
Dynamite does have a couple different options that I think are really cool though.
That's
and
cool.
Another thing that I fuck with about them is they do have a great aesthetic on the inside too. In fact, keep your eye out for some potential
timeout.
Content
better than fucking Scooters.
Oh no, they both have. Like I think they both have great aesthetics.
So I'm not taking that as
no, that's no slight to Scooters. That's me saying
about
Dynamite
food
Dogs.
establishment. I don't give a fuck about the art. I'm talking about the food now.
Oh, food's great.
I'm not saying it is.
Well, I've only went there
9 times out of 10. You're going to Scooters
3 times so far.
And like I said, the 1 time is because like they do have some fire shit that you just love. But also at Scooters, you could probably make it almost that unless they have like a chili.
Well, plus, I mean, that top dog at Scooters that's kaputs. That's fucking.
And they just have they have a bunch of shit there. So like you can make your own custom Scooters dog. That's basically a Dynamite dog that you're looking for, but you make it at Scooters.
I will say
you get a big ass bag of a family fries, like 20 pounds of fries.
4 Scooters and 4 Dynamite Dogs. I do want to say keep eye out at some point towards the end of this year. I would say I do kind of have some Scooters in the summer, obviously, but then Dynamite Dogs in the winter. I was thinking maybe a little bit of a content thing we could do with them.
I like Dynamite Dogs. I put my work onto them.
Yeah, it'll be like
don't.
What I mean by content
slight.
is like you can see us do like a review type thing where you see us go get our usual orders.
We could do that for
kind of thing. Because me and Italy were talking about that before too.
Yeah, I mean, I like
Crunch
to eat.
Media.
I like to eat, so.
But something else though I did want to mention on music before we get to the new music reviews. Fetty Wap gets 6 years for drug trafficking. Free Fetty.
Hey, but that's a blessing. He was looking at like 20 plus.
See, I didn't even know.
He was facing RICO charges.
Really?
They were trying to get him.
I'll be honest. Fill me in. Okay, hit
so
me. I didn't.
During COVID,
I just saw he got 6 years drug trafficking. That's all I saw.
Allegedly.
Well, is it allegedly now?
I don't know if there was a settlement agreement. So allegedly, Fetty Wap was accused of being high-ranking or high movement drug trafficking.
Safe to say the music wasn't really going well. Fair?
And it was also during COVID.
I hadn't even heard that fucking name.
Well, COVID times, you couldn't, if you're a musician, they shut everything down. So like even if you,
And he was already on a decline.
so if your money was already slower than it used to be, and then like say he was trying to make a comeback or do tours, COVID happens at beginning of 2020, supposed to only go a couple months, ends up lasting two years. So they can't do any shows, any performances, that's how they make their money.
Hey,
then
let's just hope he doesn't become the courtyard queen.
That man's good anywhere he goes.
All I know is it'd be pretty funny if he gets that poke and you hear 1738.
I mean, he always got one eye open.
Yeah, bud.
He always got one eye open. But fucking
Fetty Wap's always got his eye on you.
With his name being as big as it is, he's not moving little weight. So they were trying to charge him with the book and more to be like, hey, we're trying to make a point. So
Fetty.
I was surprised he got
what a downfall.
After his lawyer literally said he resorted to selling drugs because of COVID, he couldn't make income. So like that's why I was surprised he only got to 6. But,
damn, the coffee shop was closed? No.
But like, because like your lawyer just is like, yeah, he did sell them drugs. Like, bruh, we could have went with I bought them, but I didn't sell them.
Oh, Fetty had a shit lawyer?
I don't know. Oh. But like after I heard that his lawyer said that to the judge,
I just want to know how Fetty got a trial before YMW Melly.
No, he got sentenced.
YMW Melly?
I believe. Don't quote. I thought I saw something like.
As far as I know, I thought that sentencing has never happened.
I thought he got.
It's literally been like years, and it's just never happened.
I thought he got his, but he's been.
I might be wrong. I just remember I thought that was the strangest thing.
I thought like his was like he was trying to get.
But no, free Fetty. Bring that man home. Let him get a career resurgence.
I mean, his album did pretty. I liked his newest album.
When did it come out?
I could go look.
By the way, did Melly?
Was about to look. Now I'm looking up the Fetty album real quick.
Either way, free Melly.
Free Fetty. Fetty. I mean, free him before Melly.
Free them both.
You killed 2 of your friends allegedly.
Melly already got sentenced, is what he said.
Yeah, and I believe Melly. He's trying to get like a hearing.
So the appeal's getting denied.
Like a parole type thing, like so he could not do life.
Kind of like Tory Lanez. He's trying to appeal it, but they're not letting. 2 different cases, by the way. I totally support my dude Melly.
2021 Fetty Wap's album. So
he tried,
and it might not have done the numbers he was.
And he couldn't perform it probably still at the time.
I'm trying to get his sentence.
Yeah, how long did Melly get?
I think it's life. Like
really? Years. And that's all from that Murder on My Mind record, right?
Well, it's all from allegedly
murdering but they people. Used those lyrics in court. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and
I remember that like they used that in
like
court.
The location of his phone because he like said he was somewhere and then like they tracked his phone location and went right through where they could die.
Melly got the death penalty. That's what he said.
That's what he was. They just dropped it from. They dropped the death penalty from his double murder trial. So that's why he was still in trial. That's what he went back to trial for. So his lawyer basically got him not killed.
Gotcha.
So he doesn't get the death penalty. And I think now they're going to try again to try to get parole after like 35 years. Or like, you know what I mean? So like eventually, like, because you get life, no parole, and he had the death penalty.
I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole.
So he had.
Mama tried. Mama tried.
He had the life, no parole, and death penalty. So now they got the death penalty dropped. So now I think they're trying to get the no parole dropped. So after like 35 years of good behavior,
the freedom he was denied.
I mean, you allegedly killed 2 of your friends and like your close friends.
And made a fire ass song about it. Why is every song that ends up getting used in court always hard though? The Race, Take Hate, dope. Murder on My Mind, YMW Melly, Confession, dope. Hot, can't say it. Bobby Shmurda, dope.
All I'm gonna say is y'all need to learn from previous people, like 50 Cent. He had a song. They tried to use it in court. He beat the case, and then he made another song saying, motherfucker, I'll kill you.
And then
you can
Snoop
use
Dogg
this,
made a
and they can
song
use
after
this
the
in
case, so
court.
you couldn't double try him anyways.
Yeah. Well, he was already free. You can't double jeopardy. He already
Exactly. So he's like, now I'll make a song about it. Hot can't say. Speaking of songs, speaking of records, let's dive new music reviews. It looked like another big weekend. In fact, it was a big weekend for me. But a big weekend in general, though. A lot of different drops, a lot of different albums, singles. Let's dive right into her. I'll kick it right off with the album that seems to have the most chatter around it, Almost Healed, Lil Durk.
Fire.
I did finally
Fire.
listen to all of it. In fact,
Fire.
I listened to it 1.5 times all the way through.
Fire. 20 songs.
Yeah, 21, I think, even maybe.
Let's
take. Let me pull up the whole track.
At least 20.
Well, the whole track. It is 21. But the first one's kind of like him and Alicia Keys doing like a therapy session.
Well,
intro.
it's like her.
So let's go right into it. What'd you think of it?
Fire.
Fire top to bottom?
Fire album, yes. Obviously, there's some songs that are like, oh, this is a banger. And like J. Cole's on one, so like
okay.
I'm
gonna start off with what I like, and then I'll say what I didn't like. I'll say overall it was good.
But I think it's his.
I probably won't revisit it much. Couple records, yes. Couple records, 100%, yes.
I think it's his most well put together expression of him.
Now that is accurate
and acknowledging,
and we've seen Durk over the years, so that's accurate.
And finally, acknowledging certain things that he has in the recent history of Von.
Yes, the music sounded different,
and yeah, rightfully so. But
that's why, like, I actually ended up saying in my group chat, I was like, you know what? Is it just maybe not like? Is it just me? Like, I feel like everybody else is like loving this project right now.
I also love Von and Durk.
And see, like, that's why, like, I have no problem with saying, like, it's probably just me on this. Like, it just, like, not going.
And that's why I had to, like, I'm saying I even went farther. It's his best, most well put together thing.
I can agree with. I can agree with.
Dial down my biasness a little bit because I'm such a big fan. I know I have a little bit of,
what I will also say about it that I do want to big up is it's really cool that after all these years, seeing him go from the SoundCloud guy getting a Wiz feature, and that's a big look, to he's #1 on hip hop charts for Apple Music. That's shout out you. Hey, Durk, long haul.
Especially everything he's been through.
Like, if somebody ever called Durk an overnight success, I would bust out laughing. I would I'd have tears in my eyes if someone called him an overnight sensation. I'd be laughing so hard. Like,
yeah. That's like if someone
I'd be like, man, I followed this guy on SoundCloud with you when he had like fucking 30K followers.
It'd be like if we were out somewhere and like you were freestyling, like, oh, what have you been doing this a year? You wish.
I'd be like, oh, buddy.
Man, you don't even
take me back to that time.
God dang, I wish I had that year back.
The records, though, that really jumped out at me. Fuck, that song, Grandson.
Oh, yeah.
Get the extinguisher. Kodak's feature, I love it when Kodak just goes like that. Like, I honestly feel like Kodak gave Durk a better feature than Kodak gave himself on his own album.
I was about to say.
Because his album came out, too, and
I was going to say Kodak.
He didn't snap like he did on Grandson.
I was going to say Kodak will give features to a good amount of people, but he'll give features to a select few. Like, he'll only give that Durk feature to like Durk and a few select few of people, like where he's like,
I got my head bopping just thinking of the
like
beat.
where he's like, I'm trying to kill you and the beat, not like disrespectfully, but like.
And I've noticed that Kodak saves his signature. He does it when he does the thing where he goes, I'm in the club bopping with my strip. Bopping
where he kind of brings back his like little.
That like.
He goes back to like the Kodak.
That flow where it's like, oh shit, that's the Kodak staple.
Because it's like.
But that really jumped out at me.
Real quick to tie in another song I know it's on your list is the J. Cole All My Life. So like how he was
All
smart,
My Life, great.
But Durk was also smart. Like he had a great intro for the song, like lead up for the song, and then when he probably got it back from Cole, he realized it was a verse and a half ish, longer than one normal verse, but not quite.
He had a good rollout too.
Right, but instead of and then he let it be the end of it. Instead of like some artists will try to put a third verse after Cole, and like you shouldn't, because it's like you can't answer Cole.
When you get one of those, you gotta let it be one of those.
It's like you let that one.
Unless your name's Beyonce, then Kendrick goes first. But that was last week.
But like it's like
another record. Yes, I do have the J. Cole. Love that. Thought that was a perfect single for it too. Like the one and done with the singles. I thought that was cool. I did enjoy Cross the Globe with Juice WRLD. Thought that was really cool. I also thought what Dirk said about it was cool. Dirk made it be known that fun fact with the Juice one, that he's had that feature recorded for a minute, and he said that when he went back and heard it, it got to that line at the end where he says something like, "I'm gonna kiss this perk and then I'm gonna say goodbye" or something like that. Yeah. And he said that he had to like lean back in the chair for a second and be like, "Man, if I don't use this, he forgot he had that bitch in the tuck type shit."
And that's like out of respect for Juice's family in a sense. Like he wasn't trying to. He didn't use his verse.
He didn't hit up so and so to. Hey, you got any files? Like And he was like, "Oh, I had this."
But he didn't like do it right after Juice died and shit for like everyone's trying to listen
for clout.
Yeah.
Like he could have dropped. I see what you mean. Like he could have been like, "Oh, next single."
Like he could have used that to get a huge boom and a single right after the death.
And he didn't even use it he just had it as an album cut. So I thought that was cool too.
And so I was listening to it at work or when I was cutting grasses. So I didn't know, like, I wasn't looking at names and shit. So when I just heard Juice, I was like, dang, I was like.
And I even saw, which I didn't know this. I know a lot of his shit gets leaked. And I saw that some people on Twitter were saying, like, this was a rare case of no one's heard that before.
And my first thought was
that was fresh to everybody, which is really cool.
I was like,
because I feel bad for him and Playboy Cardi. Those two fight leaks like a son of a bitch.
Facts.
Uzi too.
And it's like, that's been.
Who are you guys recording?
So Dirk's held that in the vault, held it in the vault perfectly until now. But I was like, he probably has two more at least features.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's got a couple more.
But like, that's where I was like more excited.
That was just the one that he was like, woo.
But that's where I was more excited because like Dirk's not leaking that shit and it won't get leaked. So like we're gonna get.
He didn't mention it, but I wonder if he even played it for anybody until it was like it had to be like.
I truly, unless it's the only two people that knew about it, him and the engineer.
And it
was on a need to know basis with the engineer until he needed to know.
He was like, "Look, I'm going to show you."
And this is the next verse you have to put in.
Oh
shit! Like is this? Yeah, it is. And if you say something, I know who said it.
Yeah, like it's just you.
And I will no longer be with you. Like that's
another record that jumped out at me. "Stand By Me" with Morgan Wallen. I did enjoy that. Odd duo,
but perfect collab.
Oddly enough, it's a good crossover. Yes.
So that one's been out though for a little bit because they have a music video too.
No, this is actually
a different one.
Different one.
Oh
yeah,
I'm mistaken.
The one that you're talking about is Broadway Girls.
So I never really listened.
Yeah,
to be
Broadway
fair, like
Girls alone.
I've heard it.
Yeah, that's that one.
I thought this was.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's fire. Then they probably have a whole album ready for each other.
And I just know Morgan somewhere like, oh my god,
making an album together.
I could see that. That could be like a collab
or like a 6-song EP.
Like especially with the way that they do that hip hop country shit
together.
Again, Morgan Wallen would just be
out everywhere though. You have a Dirk's following.
This man would have the luck of fools to be able to get this.
You got Wallen's following plus Dirk's following.
That's gonna be.
That's how you save the country. That's how you save America.
That's how they bring world peace.
That's how you save America right there. You put Dirk and Morgan Wallen on the same tour. Because all the people colliding in
I don't know. I think you cross your fingers and hope it doesn't go south.
I think everyone leaves there high or drunk and happy.
Oh my god.
Because if they do a 6-song EP, there's the end of it. So they're all always.
That's an interesting take.
I need
call him up.
Yeah,
get him on the line.
I was about to say, who's his manager? I need to call somebody.
Or what if you book a snooker and then they end up announcing it?
I'm taking them to court with this recording. Like, hey, I need some cuts.
You need to give me some shit.
Yeah, when did you guys start talking?
The one thing I did want to mention about the Dirk album, though, that now I've said the track. Well, actually, okay, I did like.
I do want to hear the
one
ones
more.
you weren't too
Okay.
weren't your cup of tea, or they were not misses but not perfect hits.
All right, I thought 300 Euros. Dirk alone was great.
Okay, who was who was on that?
That's just him on 300 Yuri.
Oh, I thought you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Pellycoat is just him. Like that a lot. Those were my ads. The other ones, it's not that they were bad. It's just they weren't ads for me right off the rip. Like I had nothing. Like it just didn't get me going really. But I think it's the best way to put it. Like I didn't find anything bad about him, but it wasn't
a deeper
like
album for him though too. Like if that makes sense, as one of his fans, he goes deeper into like his own life or like personal feelings type
Gotcha.
shit. So like it's not like Back in Blood. Oh, there's a banger with Dirk. Like it's not just
I mean, like I said, I thought it was all right. I just no, didn't
but I can see why you feel that.
But the two though that rubbed me a little the wrong way, just because like I really expected
controversy. Here we go. I like it.
Yeah, I got to play both sides. But
ones?
just I didn't like War About It. But that's not the one that let me down the most.
Which number?
So War About It is number 10 with 21 Savage. I thought the moment I went to that, it was going to be a fucking banger. And I feel like neither of them really did it for me.
Okay. So
like usually I like both of them.
This is where I had a benefit because I didn't see what was coming or when. So how, in essence, like I was saying, like you had an expectation, but then when it wasn't just a straight,
it didn't meet it. Then
when it wasn't straight like club or street.
Oh, 100%.
Right. But at the same time, like
I just with a title like that, when I saw it was War About It, I'm like, oh fuck yeah. But didn't do anything for me.
I'm playing it in my ear real quick because I gotta know which one exactly the beat, like real quick, because like.
Well, do that.
I said quietly in my ear.
I just don't want it to get picked up.
Yeah, I know.
But number 7 though really let me down. That was featuring Future. That really let me down. I'm a Future guy. Future, what the fuck?
Dang.
I love you, Future. What the fuck was that?
That's not what he wanted.
I love you, Future. I'm always a Future stan. I'll fight Russell Wilson with you, but I'll
go to the parent teacher conference with you, Future.
I just want to know, what? Yeah, like I don't know that track just really, it didn't do it for me. I don't want to hate on it too much. But.
So could it have been the same? 2%, even if it was just 2%.
Well, here's what did it. When I heard ATL Jacob produced on it, I thought that was going to be an ATL Jacob beat. So I thought it was going to sound like some 7:12 p.m. type shit.
Right, that's what I was about to say.
And it wasn't.
Or
and
like
I was
trap house shit. Like.
Oh, man. Yeah, it was more like they had Future kind of on his melodic shit. And I was like, oh, damn. I thought you two would have snapped.
I didn't want the light skin Future. I wanted Future.
Yeah, I wanted Tony Montana.
Tony Montana. Okay, but like, so.
But no, that was my take on the Dirk album. Again, though, I did enjoy it. I saved some tracks on it that I will revisit.
So, in essence, I agree with you. As in, if I had to save the song, would have been the ones I saved because I can't save the whole album. Maybe not. But also, I liked every song. But I wouldn't. If you're like Nick, you gotta save, and you only have a limit of 7 out of 21. Okay, maybe that one didn't make the cut with 21, but it might have been number 9 to where it would have been like 16 or 17 for you because of how your expectation was like, oh, okay. But to where like how I was listening to it, just like didn't know who was coming when. And like just kind of
so their voice just kind of kicked right into it. Where I'm like,
when I first heard
"What's
Juice,
this one called?" I'm like,
after
I was like checking it out at work. I'm like, "Wait, which one's this?"
8 words of Juice's verse to be like, "Okay, confirm this is Juice." Like, almost pulled out my phone to like double confirm.
That's a good point because like I already saw the track.
Because I literally just went blind eye into it.
Another album that now this one I only saved 2 off of.
Okay.
But
Taylor Swift.
Pistols and Pearls, Kodak Black. I know that he tried to do.
How many tracks are on it?
Let's go to the whole
Just
thing.
for a ratio perspective.
21. So he did 21 too.
And only you saved 2 of
his features are he had one of his sniper gang on Church on Saturday. He had Dirk McGurk, which was ESTG, and then one of his sniper gang, and then he had Low Shimmy sniper gang.
So out of respect for
Flirting with Death, he had another one as
music
well.
critic skills and how I respect your
I only
opinion,
saved 2 on this.
That's a huge statement. Because you're not a fanboy of Kodak, but you're a fan.
Yeah.
And
out of that new generation, yeah. This one just...
That's what I mean. Like, I was expecting it to be like a 12-track 13 if you only saved 2. And you said 21. I was like, he let you down. Like,
yeah.
Or did he try something newer? A little bit of both?
It was more so he does this sound every once in a while. That he's done it for singles.
Like the harmonic, like trying to...
Like, yeah. It's more like his Valentine's Day project from like 2 years ago.
Like maybe.
Yeah, where it's like, okay, a couple, but then like...
He's in that realm of, oh, do you like her? Did she like you? I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so.
Instead of being
Flirting with Death, I like that one a lot.
Okay.
Like, I think that if there is a super gremlin on here, I think it is Flirting with Death. Then the other one that I saved is Trying to Figure Why. Those are those 2. And I like Trying to Figure Why.
Will his album hit top 15 on charts?
On Billboard or on hip hop?
Top 10 hip hop, 15 Billboard.
15 Billboard, no. Top 10 hip hop, maybe.
So that's a flop for Kodak.
Yes.
Okay. That's where I was like...
I don't think that with everything that came out this weekend, Kodak has what people would call a success in sales.
I haven't listened to it fairly, but I trust
what I think failed him is the production. And then his melodic thing that he tried to do, it was like, okay. In a single sense, it's okay. In 21 songs, I don't know. And I love you, Kodak. Once again, no hate to Kodak.
He just didn't have the right engineer or something for this out. Like,
it didn't sound the way he had it imagined in his head, I don't think.
Like, he needed, like...
and maybe he loves this shit. Maybe more power to him. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's eating this shit up and it's on repeat.
He needed an Ed Sheeran engineer or something real quick instead of, like a Chief Keef engineer that only does drill. He needed someone that knows how to smooth out these...
You know what a good review would be? A nice way to detail it? You're familiar with Danny Brown's sound, right?
Okay, yeah.
Imagine if Danny Brown's engineer mixed Kodak's album as if it was a Danny album.
Way too choppy or something.
See what I mean? Like that kind of like grimy sound where it's like...
But now imagine if
like
it was like Kendrick.
A grimy sound with Valentine's Day themed melodic flows.
When he needed like a Pimp a Butterfly engineer. Like a more smooth...
Yes, or like maybe like a Chris Brown engineer, like something like that.
Adele,
a little bit.
Fuck it.
Yeah, like little something more.
Someone that's dealt with vocals
that could fit that vibe that he was going for. Like that was the other thing. I didn't even feel like the lyrics matched the vibe. It was like, are you trying to scare the hoes or impress them? What are we doing here? Like, you're killing me here, Kodak.
But more power to you, Kodak.
Hey, a couple of my favorites. You know, as I always say. This goes with me. This goes with any artist. We're never going to shoot perfect for everybody, and we can't please everybody.
That's why I'm like, hey, more power to Kodak, bro. Just fine tune.
Kodak will get him next time. You know, and I'll be there to hear it. The other 2 albums I did want to mention before we talk singles, before I talk to my album of the week, I do want to give a nice highlight to my man, Chew Jackson, Gaptooth Chew. Dropped his deluxe to Broken Hearts Make Money 2.
No disrespect if you don't go by Chewy.
And no, he does Chewy Lennon. But, and so originally the regular was 13 tracks. And what I love about Chewy is he gave us a deluxe. So it went from a 13-track album to a 23-track album. He gave us 10 extra. He even did his Get Back freestyle from SoundCloud. That was fucking awesome hearing that. Highlights for me would be Big Bank, Tear Them All Down, and the Get Back freestyle. Really happy that he nailed it like that, though. Great project, great album. And again, he didn't skimp us on the deluxe. He wanted to make sure to pad that bitch.
That's the word I missed. I was like, So he did an album, then dropped it.
Yeah, so he dropped the album about a month ago.
See,
And then it's been doing really well. So he's like, well, here was the other 10 I had recorded, or 10 of the others that I had recorded. So get those out too. And he did the fan favorite, which is Get Back Freestyle.
And that's how you...
Shout out you, Chew. You're the man, dog.
Shout out Chewy for bringing back how to do a deluxe properly.
Yes.
In music. Because you don't drop an album and then say, oh, here's a deluxe, and only add 1 or 2 tracks or add 1 or 2 features to a certain
just
song.
to get your streams up.
And it's the same out. Like, if you're dropping a deluxe, it's supposed to be at least a whole nother EP added. Like, at least 6 songs. Minimum.
And he snapped on all them
joints. Shout out Chewy for that. Like, don't know if anybody's giving you the kudos.
Or we give him his flowers on this show.
Right. So that's why I'm making sure, like,
we give him his flowers on this show.
No one actually said, like, hey, shout out to you for doing the deluxe the right way.
We'll let him know, too. I'm tagging you in the pod, too.
So there you go.
Love you, Chew. From PA to Cleveland, we love you, dog. However, though, my album highlight of the week, my highly recommend for album. I'll even go as far as I'll go all the way out on the ledge as I've been doing all episode long. It's in my album of the year conversation already. Top 5. Is it a blonde white girl? It is not. Wait, what do you mean? Is the artist?
Yeah.
No. But
guess it's not Swiftie.
No.
I'm just
which
I did not even
because I did see that she had the Ice Spice collab. But my album of the week, my highly recommend is I Thought It'd Be Different. Again, much love to the man Rory. Much love to the dude, the legend, the man, the myth, great Potter. Big actual inspiration of mine as well. Been tuned into the Rory and Maul podcast since episode 1 when they split from the other show, JBP. Won't even dive into that whole madness. He did so well with this album. I know it's been in the talks. I watched his press run interviews. Said that it's been for about 3 years in the making now. And taking the time, wait until I think he did the compilation. Again, how we just said Chew did the deluxe great. Mm-hmm. I think he did the compilation album like people should. And how he explained it is he wanted to put bigger name artists that are already established, but that still people might not know. Okay. With artists that are just getting, 3,000, just people like just really trying to get their like name out there and their sound, but are so dope too. Some I'll read off the track list. So this is 13 songs. And I think all hits, no skips. You're giving credibility to an underground person with that other dude's name. Yeah, and it was the second album this year that I bought on iTunes. I bought Jay Skeese's Abolished Uncertainties, another one of my albums of the year. Shout out those. And then I bought Rory. I thought it'd be different because I really fuck with this dude. For the audience, $9.99 on iTunes. You can get them all on Tidal, Apple. Oh yeah, it's on all DSPs. All DSPs. Cool. Just making sure. So to start it off, number track 1 is one of my favorites. Surrender with Emotional Oranges and They, Emotional Oranges is the group that he also manages as well. So he manages a group. Is he a part of that group as well, or is he only solo and then manages them? Manages them. Okay, that was a curiosity question. Then how many tracks total? 13. Okay. So he had Surrender with those 2. He had Not Me, which was one of the singles with Raheem and Chantel May. Fucking killed it. Chantel's amazing. Now, track 3 was another one of my favorites because the story behind it too, which I'll tell briefly, was cool. See How This Thing Goes, which is Conway the Machine and... So a little foreshadowing. I want to make sure they get their love. Yes, because he could be talking so it was Conway the Machine and Hablot Brown. Which also did great. I said foreshadowing because it's third track, right? Yeah. It's see how this thing goes. He's talking about the album, his life, the song, which one, all right, we're off and running. Let's see how this thing goes. So it's the story behind that was so he sent the beat over to Conway because Conway was like, yeah, go ahead and send me some shit. Well, then when he bumped into him a week later, Conway was like, yo, why'd you send me that? And Rory thought at first, the way he said it, he took it as oh, he hated it. So he started to tell Connie, he's or did he forget he told me to send it? And yeah, and he goes, you know what I mean? Oh, and Rory literally said, he goes, oh, my bad. He's I just thought. He goes, no. He's not a bad thing. He goes, usually whenever I tell anybody to send me shit, they send me Diet Alchemist, or they send me some. That's literally the words that he said. Con used was some Diet Alchemist or some fake Derringer beats. He goes, this sounded like some dance hall shit. He's bro, I've been up all night, every night,
I've had 8 verses done already.
Yeah,
and
he's
I'm
like-
still making more. This shit fire. Why'd you do this to me?
Like
now
that made him more interested in
that's what I
doing
was
it.
about to say. That's awesome.
And Rory was like, well, he goes, yeah, just send over the verse when you're ready. And he goes, well, where do you record out of? He's like, oh, my studio. He's like, well, why don't we just go to the studio?
He's like, we're gonna have to loop it too.
Khan's like, oh, let me pull up. And I'll go as far as to say this as a big Conway the Machine fan. That's got to be the top 5 verses easily that I've ever heard from Khan. He slid over that bitch. And it's not something that he typically would rap over either, which was cool.
But in like how I knew like Lil Dicky or MGK before they were them, you've known
the Griselda boys.
Yeah. So like when you say this is one of his top 5, like you're probably one of the select few that have heard 95%.
I've heard almost all of his verses.
Release stuff 95% at least. Like so like that's a state like that's dope, and it's like not what he usually goes over, so it's even like more unique and intriguing. Like, bet, and that's like why like it's dope. Like that how it ended when like because he truly like why'd you send me that? Because I haven't slept in 4 days. I've just been killing this beat, bro. Like,
and he's like, let's go to the studio.
He's like, I'm ready to go now. Like, it reminded me of a time where like my home
that whole record is amazing. I saw they got a video on the way for it too, so that's gonna be cool.
It reminded me of a time where I was at a studio session with J-Work and homies, and his song started with 2 of my homies, and then someone walked in. He's like, "Oh, you think I get versus fire?"
Then it turns into like, "Oh, we all need to get on."
Ended up being a homie like a "We Out Here" song because like another person came and was like, "Oh, I need to get on." And then Malik came in, and he's the last verse, and he starts. He's like, "I had Jay loop the beat, so I could end up on like." He's like, "I came in and I had it. You know what? What's another 45 seconds?" It's like a 6-minute track. Like
we're just all going.
Hey, you get a minute, I get a minute. You get 40. Like,
so that one really jumped out.
Dope,
number 4, he had King, which is Kirby and C.S. Armstrong. Great record. My Phone Can Die, which is one of the singles that he dropped last week, which was Ari Lennox and James Fauntleroy. Killed it.
Yeah, that's a fire.
The Division interlude, which was Division going for about a minute and a half. Thought that was great. I Want You, But You'll Never Know. That was one of the first singles. That's actually Drum and Alex Isley.
Random question for him, randomly. The Division. Just ask him if you ever played the video game. Like, I don't know if it, like, you know how, like, that's the, like... When
they do spell it differently. They spell it DVSN.
Okay. But, like, I first went, like, because it would just be, like, hilarious if, like, there's a little subtle, like, bar in there, like, about the game. But, like, just, like, a little tiny thing, because he named it that, and it's, like, he did play it a few times, but, like, that's, like, just, like...
Then he has Other Side, which is Fonte and Be My Fiasco. Number 9. Now, I thought this one was interesting. He had the Gold Link interlude. Now, ever since Gold Link had that fucked up post about Mac, which we won't dive into that, I've kind of had a sour taste in my mouth about Gold Link.
Fair.
But I would call this down the middle. And I'll be honest, too. It was actually kind of refreshing to hear Gold Link slide like that. Yeah, Buffy. That shit, it's only about a minute and a half to 2 minutes, but Gold Link did his thing. That was some good bars. It felt refreshing to hear Gold Link. It's kind of been a while since, obviously he went into hibernation when he got all that backlash, which he deserved.
Right. I mean, I don't even know.
Which it was tough to see, man. Gold Link had everything going for him. The Crew record was going crazy, and then just he posted that. But like I said, I won't dive into it. Good record. Good verse from Gold Link.
I'm glad he's coming back strong.
Yes.
Not trying to clout chase.
I'd like to see him just apologize for it in an interview. But number 10, though,
not. To be like, he should have way back earlier. I don't know if he did or not. But now, if he does it, it's like bringing it back to light. So now it's leave it in the past. Don't bring it back, like you just said.
Just try to move on.
Exactly.
It's like
you fucked up. You did something, maybe trying to clout grab to get your name a little spike again, or keep it spiking. Realize bad move. Went to hibernation. All right, we're not doing that again. Like
now, number 10 is Enough with Reggie and Jay Electronica. That was one of the singles, which that was fucking awesome. Jay Electronica's verse is amazing.
I was about to say, because you're a big J dude too.
Things got rocky, then she doubted me like Adrian and Pauly. Platanico taco bowl. I bid you fairly well. My turntables might have wobbled, but they surely never fell.
AJ.
When your love is unconditional. Your love is unconditional. That's why I'm back in the ocean with a dynamite inside my fishing pole.
Don't leave me.
Number 11 was Don't Go with Pink Sweats and Sin. I don't actually want to butcher the name, but Don't Go with Pink Sweats. And well, I actually know me and Doom are familiar. Sinead. Harnold.
But then you can mess it up. But give the spelling for the people. So it's like respectfully, like, and I'm not trying to butcher your name.
Refill has Child and Ayana, which that's Refill's one of those what you call
Child,
baby making record.
Is that
3 Eyes? Okay. Which is also another artist that he's been kind of, I'm not 100% sure on the role, but he has been working alongside. I think he executively produced Child's last album, actually.
Okay.
Hey. And then number 3, Reason had to remind us from TDE that he can fucking rap. Sobering Thoughts from the Mondorian.
I haven't heard that name.
Or from the Mondrian, I'm sorry. Sobering Thoughts from the Mondrian. Reason fucking snap. The bar that jumped out to me when he said, I relate to Tom Brady, lost my family to the game. That's a fucking bar. Such a bar that he ends up reiterating it a second time. But yeah, no, I thought it'd be different. Rory, I highly recommend to go check that out. Capital High. Speaking of bars, Jay Worthy and Rock Marciano dropped a collab project.
Real quick,
Nothing bigger than the program.
On the last project, was it?
Thought it'd be different.
Chewy or
Chewy Lennon.
Yeah,
Broken Hearts Make Money 2 Deluxe.
With how he's like trying to, he's showing love to artists coming up, like, or you know what I mean, like trying to not push, but like give them a shot, opportunity, chance. Like, hey, here's a verse. Like, it's like I get the same feeling. Like, I truly appreciate it and I respect it because like when MGK, when he was first coming up, every album he put on like a new singer, like 2 female singers.
You'd see Slim or like Dubbo, and
well,
he was
they were always
voice
there,
on too.
Like on General Admission and like Black Flag, there's always a new female singer. Like usually was like in the same essence. Like
he did love those female singers,
not underground, but not popping. So whereas like once they got this album like Spotlight, like got heard, their career boomed. Like
helped a lot.
Mod Son too, he helped boom him.
But speaking of bars,
so I just wanted to acknowledge him for helping out other artists.
Hell yeah, which is awesome, dude.
Saying.
Like,
yeah,
I mean, put me on to some people in there that I wouldn't have heard before, which is great.
And that's why, like
C.S. Armstrong, fucking great.
Well, I had to take a second real quick.
And Kirby. But no, I thought it'd be different. I've been posting the shit out of that
because
too.
You don't have to do it, and a lot of people.
Oh yeah, I mean, he could have just got big names and turned it into a college type.
And a lot of people don't and wouldn't do it.
So but
shout out him.
Jay Worthy and Rock Marciano dropped a great project. Nothing bigger than the program. There's speaking of bars,
Matrix.
Solo Ho was on the plug. Cocaine. It's those two: Jay Worthy, Rock Marciano, and Cocaine and Soul. And Soul, man,
did it drop as a single?
No, dropped as a whole album.
Then is Solo on another single? Because I thought I saw his name in the new.
Oh no, J Rock was on a joint with Reason.
Oh,
and they did a remix. I think it was At It Again remix. But
I thought I saw Ab Soul's like name in.
Oh, Soul's verse, man, he went fucking nuts.
No, like not this song you're speaking of. I thought it was like this past week. I thought I saw his name in the new like single song. So I just was
another.
That's why I asked if it dropped.
Well, speaking of singles, there was only 2 singles this week that jumped out at me big time.
Okay.
Juice 2 by Logic.
I did not check that out.
That I thought he did really well on that. Dominic Fike also dropped another single for his album, which looks like the album's going to be called Sunburn. Track 2, he dropped Ant Pile, and I fucking love Ant Pile. I actually like Ant Pile more than I like Dancing in the Courthouse. And I love Dominic Fike. Dooley put me on to Dominic Fike. Shout out Dooley. But let me go see. Taylor Swift and Ice Spice dropped a collab.
And then, well, Taylor Swift dropped. Yeah. Well, is that what you're? Yeah. I'm good. Just so I don't fucking. Moneybagg Yo dropped a single off the album he was supposed to drop, but pushed it back.
Heard it. Wasn't a big fan.
Fair. I usually like I'm just listening off.
Yeah.
Seeing,
well, what do you think of Karma with Ice Spice, or did you hear it?
Haven't heard it yet.
I'll be honest. I don't know what they were going for, but
that's.
I don't really know what they were going for.
It's a clout grab.
But
for both of them.
Yes.
Like both biggest celebrity. Female
I don't know. I
namesake
loved her
names.
with Pink Panthers, but I'm kind of cool on the Karma.
Young Thug, My Wrist with Yeet.
Oh, with Yeet.
I'm just listening what I'm
yeah.
seeing.
Oh, I heard it, but yeah, Yeet. No, that I heard it.
Triple X's new single. Let's Pretend We're Numb.
I didn't. Oh, that was already a SoundCloud song.
Okay, I'm not familiar.
Yeah, that's a re-release.
I know of X, wasn't familiar. So
well, that's why I had to take a look and I had to confirm it. I was like, wait a minute, I've heard that before.
Diddy, Fabulous City Girls.
Pound Town 2 with Sexy Red and Nicki Minaj, produced by Tay Keith. Nicki Minaj slid in that bitch.
Yeah.
And then
it seems to be like Nicki's starting to mentor younger female artists. Like I said, I hope she would.
About time.
Like I said, I would.
Cautious Clay dropped a song called Ohio. It didn't really do too much for me.
Because you can't name something Ohio and then like
let down an Ohioan.
Oh, they got corn in a lake.
Oh, ESTG dropped Turn the Streets Up. Haven't heard it.
Me either. I saw that.
Royal Blood dropped Mountains at Midnight. I'll check that out. That's right. Oh, Young Gravy dropped Strawberries and Creamin'. I should probably hear that.
A Boogie and Mike Towers. NBA Finals song. MVP.
There's The Reason and J-Rock.
Damn, they got the NBA song. They get bread.
Tizo Touchdown. Oh, Little Dragon dropped? Okay, I'll add that and check that out. I didn't even see Little Dragon drop. And then that's it for what I was looking at.
I'm scrolling too much.
Well, once again, though, great weekend for new music. Shout out to Jackson. Broken Hearts Make Money 2 Deluxe. Check it out. Almost Healed Lil Durk. Check it out if you haven't. And I Thought It'd Be Different, Rory. Check it out once again if you have not. And also let us know what you were bopping with. Maybe it's not something that we mentioned. Please let us know as well. There's not much that we got for the other topics, so let's just get TV movies out of the way real quick. Yeah, I got 2 recommendations to check out for the viewers. See if you got any from something that you watched this week. Missing, which is a movie. It's about an hour and 50 minutes, I want to say. It has Nia Long in it. Great movie. Check it out. I do believe it's in the trending still. Number 2, Longest Third Date on Netflix. Now, I really fucked with The Longest Third Date. So let me just break down what that's about real quick, because that was like an ongoing story like on Twitter that unfolded, which I actually remembered it. So like, it was kind of cool to like see it. So it started in 2020.
Okay, so it's a series.
What happened was this girl and this dude, they matched on, Tinder, whatever the fuck. And they ended up going on 2 dates. Went well. Well, he was like a spontaneous type guy, which is like kind of something that she was looking for at the time. Right. So he's like, oh, flights are so cheap right now. Let's just fucking go to
Florida, wherever. Bullshit.
Where did they go? They went somewhere overseas. So
cool.
like
Europe. We're going to Italy.
Yeah, they went somewhere like that. Cuba? No, not Cuba. Point being, they went somewhere overseas.
I was about to say.
So you can watch it. So they go overseas.
I was about to say now it's a puzzle to them.
Yeah,
now
now it makes it intriguing.
Exactly.
So they go overseas, and about a day before they're getting ready to come home, flight gets canceled. COVID happens, whole lockdown happens, and it's called The Longest Third Date because by the end of it, they're stuck there for, well, you can figure it out if you're not familiar with it, because that is interesting. But let's just say they're stuck there for a good while on a long-ass third date, and what comes to be of it is pretty fucking awesome.
But it's like, hey, bro. I know I bought these tickets for us out here, but like, I need some help.
Oh, it turns into a whole floating situation.
That was probably like a real story, though.
Yeah, because like they were posting on the internet, and people were like, "Oh fuck, like we can help them," because like they had to go like house to house, and like shit would happen. Like then like they get to the one house, a flood happens. He's like, "Are you joking?" Like now you have to go to another
because you're not a citizen there.
Yeah, and like then like the one place they get to, shit gets flooded out, shit gets ruined. They're just like, what the fuck? Like, what is happening over here? But no, I do highly recommend that. Any recommendations from you?
I forget the one show. I'm catching up on. Well, I'm rewatching season 9 of Blacklist. Yeah, because season 10's on TV.
Young Weasley just mentioned that last night.
Yeah, that shit's fire. But fucking same movie I said last week. It's only got like a week or 2 left on Netflix. That's what I was going to tell people. It's with Leo.
Inception.
Yes, that was the one. And then also
Another Leo? Shutter Island.
that's fire too. I'm not gonna. Not
I don't know if
recommend
that's
that.
what I
No,
was
I was
on.
gonna say iRobot.
Oh, iRobot, Will?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, and pay attention to that AI shit. Get equipped, freshen
yeah, I
up,
mean,
refresh yourself before the AI comes and wrecks yourself.
You thought I got a bike for nothing? Shit, I've been playing on a bike since I was 8.
I was inspired to bike off of iRobot. I didn't know
when
that.
I was like 7.
That's a fun.
Well,
that's a fun
I've
snook
always
effect.
loved motorcycles, but
Fun snook effect.
that movie taught me a gasoline-powered vehicle can't get shut down by a computer.
That's true.
So let's get loose.
So something I wanted to mention. Now that done with TV movies, wanted to pivot off into sports, which again only had a couple things for that as well.
Also, if y'all got any recommendations, if y'all want us to do a review, send them in.
So let us know. Let us know what you guys are watching.
And we gotta give us 2 weeks for reviews. So
just to give us some time.
Adults' lives. Work.
And so Dooley mentioned in the group chat that
shout out Dooley real quick.
On Monday when he watched the show that we left out a name of an overrated Cleveland player.
Okay. That
was a huge bust for Cleveland because if you remember, that was Cleveland athletes that were kind of like a bust. They were overrated.
And to be fair, we didn't leave them out. It was.
This name slipped our mind.
That's fair.
Anthony Bennett.
Oh.
And then immediately,
he
said Roger Waters tried to start the pink right. That's funny.
Didn't we trade that? I feel like he's not as big as yes, he's a complete letdown. He was number 4 pick, or number 1 pick in the draft. Yeah, facts.
Cheers, Parker.
Unless it's an STD.
Cheers, Scooter.
Unless it's an STD, that's coming with you, big dog.
But we forgot Anthony Bennett, so I just wanted to mention
I gotta look it up because I feel like as Cleveland fans, it wasn't as hurt.
Well, if you remember, there was some fucked up names on there too, but
I think we traded him away and got somebody back, so it wasn't
love Pink Floyd.
It wasn't we got Anthony Bennett and then he was trash for 3 years and then he was then left. We at least traded him for somebody, so it was all right, at least we got something back for this bum.
But
he was definitely
that was a mess.
Oh my god!
I know last week I thought the Nuggets would do it in 5. Actually, I think I said 6, even maybe 5 or 6.
I had the Lakers.
Nuggets getting that sweep was not as expected. I did not expect that.
Hey, shout out the full.
They played aggressive ball.
Shout out
4
the
straight
full
games.
Nuggets roster because I feel
it wasn't just Joker out.
That's what I mean. The Nuggets role players stepped up.
They were killing it though, for real.
They stepped up when they needed to for the Joker, and on the opposite end, Lakers role players.
They played tough defense too.
Didn't do shit to help out.
Well, they played really good defense.
Oh, they are. Yeah, I think. It's gonna be
It's gonna be interesting to see who they play because at this point, that's my next question. Do you think the Celtics complete the comeback, or does the Heat win in 6, which is tonight, I believe?
Yes, it is tonight, 8:30.
I got Miami winning because if Miami doesn't win tonight, they don't close it out in Boston, and Boston does the first thing to ever come back from a 3-0.
I mean, it'll be very hard if Miami loses tonight to win in Boston. I'm not saying they couldn't though. It's that's Jimmy fucking buckets. You're going to the Garden, Game 7.
Yeah, Heat in 6. I think
so. I think so too. But because last game I saw that it was you're going to Boston again for Game 5. Their backs against the wall. They're coming out with everything. As the Heat, I feel like they didn't give up, but let's save it for Game 6 when we go to Miami. Then we'll do it. We'll show them.
We'll take it to them.
They got to win 4 games. We only do 1. Well, now it's 2, but at the time,
Plus, I saw Jimmy did that thing where he did last series where he gave that look where he's just kind of all right, you guys pulled 2 on me now.
Hey, it's cool.
You guys got me back to back.
All right. But now he got to rest that last 7 minutes of the game because they were down 20. and then 2 days of rest. So instead of playing 48 minutes,
They realized, all right, we kind of threw in the towel here.
Oh yeah, and rightfully so. Like, I'm not saying Boston isn't a good team.
All these drunk Bostoners, all these drunk
I got
Wahlbergs.
Miami in 6. Yeah,
So that'll be interesting to see then, this time next week when we're talking about who's in the finals. As of now, though, I'm counting it as still up in the air, though, until I see Miami really win today.
Okay. I mean, hypothetically though, Denver versus Miami, who would you take?
Denver.
Denver versus Celtics.
Who would I take? Boston.
See, I got Denver either way. I think Miami would. I'm not gonna. I'll say I think Boston might get scared of Denver in the finals, or maybe the lights, in a sense, like the lights. Like,
I mean, I will say it doesn't help their case that they're kind of struggling right now with an A seed. That's
what I mean is Miami's different breed of 8 seed too.
That's true.
And they're moving as a unit.
Like, it's not like they're playing the Nets and it's like, oh my God, you're losing to nobodies.
They're moving as a unit, like how the Knicks moved against the Cavs. Like, we just weren't prepared for them to have perfect chemistry, perfect camaraderie.
That's fair.
Energy, everything. Like, Miami's doing that at the perfect time. So, but I don't know if their role players keep showing up how they are right now in Miami, they have a chance against Denver. But if Gabe Vincent and people don't show up against Denver, it's a wrap and 4.
Gabe Vincent is a factor.
It's 4 or 5 games Denver if those role players don't show up.
Denver's looking tough to beat, and it would be their first NBA final, so I'm not upset if they win. I actually think, in fact, scratch that. I think it would be cool if they win. I actually think that'd be really cool.
Okay, so here's a random, just thought of this again. Who's Melo just retired this year finally?
Yeah.
Officially. Joker wears 15. Melo wore 15 in Denver.
Oh, the script is hitting?
No, it's whose jersey do you retire? Do you retire both of their jerseys at 15? Because Melo put Denver's organization on the map.
Yeah.
In with respect.
I mean, he had before him. I can think of maybe one name, but I can't even it doesn't come.
Well, they had like Kenyon Martin and other. J.R. Smith was a role player.
They had somebody in like the 80s or 90s too.
They had
the name.
They had some players on that team, but like Melo was
the guy.
Yeah,
the face that you put in the hallway of the arena
and took that
at the Garden.
Took that franchise to a different level. Yeah,
Alex English.
That
was the name?
Yes.
See, I didn't even know. Thank you, Matt.
So
Mango coming fucking through for me. Thank you.
But like, if Jokic wins a championship, you can't not retire his number 15 because it's the first championship.
So what are you saying? Like they retire like 15, like Jokic?
Hey, I'm surprised they even let anybody get 15. Like
I saw some people say
it didn't even click until they showed the thing of like both jerseys in the rafters. I was like, oh shit, Melo did win. I was like, why would you even let that number go anymore? Like, you should have known, like, yeah, he went to the Knicks and shit, but like, it's fucking Carmelo Anthony. Like, you're gonna he did a lot for your franchise in 7, 8 years, whatever it was. But at the same time, if Jokic gets a championship,
oh shit.
So I'll
wait till
if it's me, both.
Retire just both of them. I mean, obviously, if Jokic gets them a fucking ring, he's gonna go down as number 2 of I feel like of all time. And even though Anthony never got them a ring, I feel like Anthony will still always be like the poster boy, so to speak.
If you put Jokic in the rafters after he gets a ring, rightfully so, are we just trying to erase Melo's
legacy
at Denver? Like, just trying to make him non-existent anymore? Or that's where I was like, that's a tricky situation.
That is.
That could have just been avoided.
But no, I will be happy though to see if the Nuggets do take it though. Either way though, man.
That boy.
Me and Mango, we got money on the line. I need Heat to close it out tonight. If we go to 7, I'm sweating. I'm getting the 7th game sweat.
That man Jokic, that boy different, man.
He got 2 Rottweilers in him. He got more than a dog. He got 2 dogs. He's got 2 dogs in there somewhere.
Imagine if like he was just like more agile though too, like how Shaq was in his young days. Like
I don't know. I'd say he's pretty.
He can move for his size, but like
I guess not as
he's
like
not crossing nobody over and going to the hoop.
no.
You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Is like imagine if
He'll
he had
float it if anything.
Joel
like that.
Embiid was a point guard and then grew tall as hell. So it's like imagine that's why he has handles. So it's like imagine if Jokic had like just more handles than he does now. Like that you just what do you do? Nothing. You already can't do shit. This man doing behind the back head passes.
Then you got
look.
Jamal Murray cooking them at the line.
You got no
like,
look behind the back shits. Like
they're also really good at setting screens from the games I've watched. Like
they move as a unit.
Yeah,
that's what like
their chemistry is.
Yeah,
like spot on, which that's
like,
dangerous.
That's.
But we'll see how it goes. Before we wrap up, do want to talk about a couple things on wrestling.
Good old wrestling.
Night of Champions recap. So just happened earlier. It happened in Saudi Arabia. Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, actually. So it was 1 p.m. us time.
Which I was not.
To run through the whole card off the top of my head. I enjoyed the whole pay-per-view as a whole. Thought it was good. It kicked off with Seth Rollins beating AJ Styles in a 5 out of 5 match for the World Heavyweight title. Thought Seth did a phenomenal job. Thought AJ did a great job. Back. Yeah, that's a match to watch back.
I didn't realize it was in Saudi Arabia, so like
let's see here. There was number 2 was Becky, who came out dressed up as Uma Thurman in Kill Bill, which was dope.
Shout out Seth winning because it's much deserved.
And it continues the legacy of the title from 2002. So that's good too.
I would have been mad if AJ won either, because like he could be a good champion too, and hold it well. But I wanted.
Seth, plus he needed the moment, especially with the whole crowd singing his shit.
I picked Seth though. So
I mean the whole crowd was feeling it too. Like
it was. Yeah,
he's a fan favorite right now. You got to put him over.
Yeah, it's his time.
So that match was great. Number 2, Becky came out dressed as Uma in Kill Bill. That was great.
That's fire.
Trish Stratus. Voice did something. Did the teeth whistle. Trish Stratus had a match against Becky Lynch.
How'd she look?
They actually just had like because it's Saudi Arabia, they can't show any skin, so they have to have like long sleeves.
I meant wrestling wise.
Oh yeah, no, she did great. Wasn't quite sure there, but no, she did great. She looked great.
Understand the.
She also debuted Zoe Starks at the end of the match, and Zoe Starks, she came out and busted Becky's nose wide open, so that was fucking cool.
So that didn't happen in match.
No, that happened like that was how Becky lost because like Trish was distracting the ref, and then hit with fucking boom, hit her with the spin.
Think up.
What?
With a spin kick?
No, it was something with like this move where she like brings her down and you hit like her knee comes up to your face, but she actually hit Becky in the nose.
So it was a little bit of she
botched it, yeah. Damn. For sure. Becky has bad luck with that nose.
That's what I was about to say.
That's the third time that shit's happened to Becky Lynch.
Or she don't know how to take a knee.
Yeah, maybe she's just bad at selling it. But
that's what I was about to say. It's like, whose fault was it?
Good match, though. They did great. Rhea Ripley versus Natalya was a squash match. Fucking Rhea beat Natty in like 30 seconds, but Natty kind of got blindsided and jumped. But
call her mommy.
But yeah, kind of got blindsided and jumped. Overall, though, I mean, I kind of expected that with Natty. I mean, it was her birthday, so I at least kind of wanted to see her put on at least a semi-good match.
But they're not ending Rhea.
No, they have to let the Rhea reign.
I love Rhea. I ain't gonna lie.
However, though, there was a title that changed hands with the women's tonight. Bianca Belair versus Asuka. Asuka won.
Asuka.
Got her with the mist, blinded her in the eye.
Actually, I love.
Yeah, on her birthday, did her fucking dirty.
Hey, I was
like, damn. When I saw her get thrown in the steps, I'm like, come on, not on the birthday.
Who? Bianca?
Natty. She was getting trashed.
Okay, so that's why.
Bianca and Asuka, though, phenomenal match, and then Asuka ended up winning the championship, which I did not see that coming.
No, well deserved, and like now
builds the feud.
But it's perfect timing in like the universe because fans
and Bianca's held it since SummerSlam last year, so.
But like 4 months ago, majority of the fans were still Bianca fans. Now it's more 50-50, or they could like, we're here for the fight. Fuck it. Like,
plus, it's like great for this feud because it started at Mania.
And
so
she's a great wrestler. Like,
and what's cool about it too is Asuka, if you remember, lost at she won the Royal Rumble, but then lost in her match. Or no, I take that back.
She was in the
Rhea won at
Asuka, but like
the
Asuka
Rhea run the Rumble. I'm sorry, that's my mistake. My mistake.
But wasn't there a match where like Asuka hit a finisher and was about to like cover, then got like someone came in from behind, and I thought like
No, I
thought she was in a triple threat match one time, and like it might have been for an
I
opportunity.
got screwed out of it. Like somebody pulled her out of the ring.
Yeah, like
that could have been.
She like hit a finisher and then spear out of nowhere from the other girl.
Oh, it was when Damage Control fucked her over, so they could have Bailey win.
Okay,
yeah, that's what that was.
So like.
Another match on the card that jumped out at me was Brock and Cody. They had their match.
Yeah,
which that was good. I know you didn't. You weren't a fan of the ending. I understand the ending. I get it.
They could have done it. I don't like.
They're doing the angle of
I don't
passed
like
out from the pain. He didn't want to. We got to make Brock look good. We got to make the feud continue. We got to make them have a tie. But we can't have Cody get pinned clean.
Get that.
Understand. We can't have him tap out either.
Understand. But a Kimura arm submission. Brock's already down here. He could have went to a headlock to make it look better for the crowd. That's all I was getting at.
Should have that's I needed to pass out. I should have had Matt just do that instead of put me in a chokehold.
Because like I mean, I'm also speaking from like
if you know, you know.
Also like MMA fan too, so like I gotta understand like all right, this is entertainment, not war, like fighting. But like that arm hold, like there's two options: your arm gets broken, or the dude lets go. Like you wouldn't pass out from pain. It's just, and I understand like all right, Nick, you're being a little too.
You're being hard on the American Nightmare.
No, like Brock, just put your arm around his neck instead, so it's a chokehold. Like, so I actually believe he's
put him in a guillotine instead of a Kimura.
So I actually believe he's losing oxygen to his brain.
But then
like that's what makes you go.
But Roman does the guillotine. You can't have two people doing the guillotine, even though everybody does a super kick and a spear.
So what Cody really did was held his breath too long to make himself pass out.
I don't know,
because that's how you go unconscious. Your brain doesn't get oxygen.
I think his arm. You know, he's Bork. He went Bork laser. He passed out from.
He said, "I'm not gonna breathe till you let go." He said, "I'm not letting go."
Which he passed out from the pain. But no,
I'm not breathing yet.
To transition though. Speaking of the tribal chief though.
Good match though.
Speaking of the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, hold your ones up.
Fuck him.
Oh, I acknowledge the tribal chief. He got fucked over tonight. But no, I saw KO and Sammy winning it. But no, Jimmy Uso.
He ain't my tribal chief.
He's not your tribal chief. He said it, not me. I would never say such thing.
He ain't my tribal chief.
I know better. I never say such thing. Right. I hold my one up respectfully. I acknowledge.
I respect you and your tribe, and you being the chief.
You're not going to acknowledge him with the one up? What is it with you guys? My wife didn't hold her one up either today. What the fuck? But no, Jimmy Uso though turning on Roman. Jey Uso, he walked up the ramp with him. He didn't walk out with Roman and Solo.
So I had a lot of random ideas throughout that match, like where shit could have.
Yeah, we were texting during it.
I thought the Usos could have possibly came out with Sammy in the beginning because KO came out by himself and stopped for a second. So I was like, imagine if
they all walked out together. That I didn't see happening.
I
knew the Usos were going to come out, but when they first came out and started attacking
they
KO,
saved Roman.
I was like,
on
what the fuck?
They saved Roman on the announcer table.
I'm like, what the fuck? And then when they dumped the thing on KO, I'm like, oh, don't tell me. That's when I texted you and I was like, uh-oh, I think for a second Roman might actually win this bitch.
Real quick shout out to the cameramen and women of WWE for...
Oh, their crew's amazing.
Because when they dropped the kick, or when they were about to super kick Sammy and he ducked, and they kick Solo, they literally pan and Roman's just now, like, they literally pan as Roman's looking, and it's like as the kick's about to land. Yeah. So, like, Roman looked at, and they captured the moment of Roman,
like, telling that story. It felt like a movie.
Yeah.
Like, then it's like, oh, there's the kick.
Sammy
and then that banter back and forth between, he's like, then he hits him again. It's like, oh, shit.
It's like, bro, I came out here to save your ass, and now you're yelling at me? Like, I'm sorry he moved out the way, but this isn't what it is.
Oh, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, here it comes. Here it comes. And then when they whipped and hit Solo, that was great. By the way, there was a sign in the crowd that said Solo Sun Cola, Had me laughing all night. That
That's
was
a
fucking
doozy.
good.
Shout out to
Solo
fans.
Sun. I love it when I see a good
Best
sign.
signs in sports.
Oh, for
And
sure.
For sure.
Bork Laser. Solo Sun Cola.
But like
That shit's
from
fucking
back in the day
hilarious.
to now.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Great, phenomenal match.
Signs
The
help
ups-
put people over.
The ups and downs of that match too.
Which great outcome, and now it paints that story
'Cause
of
then
like,
I
now
was-
here we go with the split, the real split of the
I was-
bloodline.
I
It's
was-
collapsing in
I was
front of
legit
our
on a
eyes.
teeter-totter, like, okay, they're gonna walk out with Sammy. Bet they're on his side because I knew like they had some beef. Then towards the end of the match, I'm like, wait, what the fuck? They're jumping KO. No, they're about to lose.
Yeah,
I really had the thought.
I
Like,
thought too.
I
I'm
was
like,
like-
here it goes.
I was
Roman's
like,
going to be a
they're
tag champion
I'm like, they're
too.
really giving this man
Fuck.
4 belts just to say he's the first ever to have 4 fucking belts. Like, what? I was like,
He would have had no room. Paul Heyman would have had to hold the tag
like,
belts.
I was like, we're really doing this shit.
It would have been too heavy to hold those
I was
bitches
like,
up.
God damn. And then when they kicked Solo, like he moved and kicked, I was like, oh, thank Jesus.
Yeah. I was
Oh.
like, all right, here we go.
And then Roman got pissed. I was like,
But
Yes.
no, great pay-per-view overall. Wish it would have been on the Saturday night, but everything worked out for a reason. Tomorrow,
Shit.
Sleepless Radio, episode 145. Wifey's back in the Thunderdome in the
shit.
hot seat against me. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun.
got some
I'm
doozies
putting
lined up.
on my I'm gonna see if I can find my sombrero or at least some sort of straw hat. Some sort of thing to signify
It
some
made me
sort
choke
of
on my
a,
energy drink.
need some sort of a country
He
vibe
said
going.
some-
So tomorrow we do get our yeehaw going. Get your country going. Get your chewing tobacco
you
out.
said sombrero.
Here we go. So we're doing Chris Stapleton versus Luke Bryan.
Ooh.
I got Chris Stapleton. She's got Luke Bryan.
That's a doozy.
12 songs. Anything goes.
That's
I did my homework. Made my list. Checked it thrice.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fuck me. I forgot a match. Thank you. Yeah, Mustafa against Gunther. That was a good match. Yeah, that was good for the Intercontinental title.
For audience,
That was a good
I
match.
turned it on as the promo was
That was a
videos
good
for
match.
Brock and Cody, so I did not know it was in Saudi
Yeah,
Arabia.
Mustafa did a really
And Luke was
good
like,
job.
Oh yeah, these matches are going pretty good. I was like, it's on. Like in my head, I was like, it's.
And Gunther showed that Intercontinental title actually finally means something again. So that was fucking dope. Yeah, that was really
He's
cool
a
to see
great
that.
champion, and he's
Overall,
he's grew into becoming a
great
great
pay-per-view.
champion.
I know tomorrow is AEW Double for Nothing.
Huh?
I might end up trying to check out some of that, like clip-wise.
Are we?
Sabu did return earlier this week. Returned on Wednesday. They
did
got
he bring
him.
his
Steel
stick?
chair.
I thought he had the stick.
That's Sandman.
I thought Sabu's brought.
Sabu's the chair.
I'm surprised they. All right.
But
Sandman. Yeah.
gonna be interesting though to see how that pans out. NXT also has a pay-per-view tomorrow night that'll have on in the background of Sleepless Radio, NXT Battleground.
He said we're watching NXT.
So that'll be I'll be checking it out. Why not? Keep it on in the background, look it up. That'll be clips. I'll be checking out that in
NXT,
clips, I believe.
definitely.
But yeah, I'll have that on in the background. Thank you everybody for being tuned in for Pull Up a Chair episode 40. Dove into some controversy, talked about some music. I thought it'd be different. Rory, go check that out. Chu Jackson's Broken Hearts Make Money 2 Deluxe. Lil Durk Almost Healed. Check out Missing, Longest Third Date on Netflix. Check out we mentioned Inception as well.
That's gonna be gone soon. Well,
it's gonna
be streaming somewhere on one of the sites.
If you check out a recap of Night of Champions if you're a wrestling fan and you have not. Stay tuned for the NBA Finals. We will be updated as well and talk about it next week. Tomorrow, Chris Stapleton, Luke Bryan. Let me know who you guys got.
What time?
We appreciate the comments. We appreciate the love to the Sleepless Pull Up a Chair family, the Musicology family. Love y'all. Have a blessed, wonderful, sleepless Saturday. We'll see you tomorrow for a sleepless Sunday. Smile more. Keep the love high and the hate low.
Stay
Peace.
blessed. Less stressed, y'all.
Take it easy.